Good morning, everyone. Let me just make sure that we are present. Thank you, Danny, for reminding me about the recording, because I didn't do it yesterday with enough time. Give me just a second. And just make sure that we are live on YouTube. Still not showing, but I think we were having some issues yesterday with that. There you go. We are live now. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here. If you want to join us in Zoom, we have the link is posted on my Telegram channel. Also, I posted the Zoom ID and the password in the picture. So thank you everyone for being here. We have a wonderful group of people here accompanying me, so I don't have to talk to myself. I hate talking to myself. So thank you everyone for being here. So let's get started. It's Sunday, so I don't want to delay your day. And we have a lot of information for today. Good morning, Martha. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started. 1 second. Okay, perfect. July. This is a wonderful, wonderful month of July. This is the last month of the season. What does that mean? It is the goat month. The fire season, as you guys probably heard me say last month, it starts with the snake, which is the growth animal, which is when fire is growing. Then you have the horse month, which is June, which is the peak, the cardinal animal. And now we're going to the end when the season of fire is dying. Please remember that this has nothing to do with the season of your country. It doesn't matter if you're going through summer, if you're spring, if it has nothing to do with climate. It's just in astrology, this is the way it is right now. We are in fire, everyone around the world. It doesn't matter what hemisphere you're in, this is a fire season. And it's going to be ending with the month of July, with the goat month. That's what it's called, graveyard animal. And you probably have heard me or many practitioners say graveyard. It just means the end of a cycle. In this case, is the end of fire. So that's why it is the graveyard one. We're going to talk, we have a lot of information today. We're going to talk about the worldview with using BaZi, using QiMen. We're going to talk about the animals and the branches and the month. This is more like personalized to you. The best locations to use at home or your office based on whatever it is that you want. Remember that you need to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, this is whole pointless. You need to know where it is that you're going for you to be able to know what it is that you're going to take. We're going to talk about QiMen. We're going to give you auspicious dates. And also, I have some extra information about selling or renting a property. I'm going to do that towards the end. We have special formations that's coming up in the month of August. So I wanted to give you guys this with enough time. I will remind you again when we do this in August, but I wanted to give it to you with enough time so you have that information, okay? So this is just to remind me, to remind you guys that we're going to talk about renting and selling your property. I've been doing this for many, many years. I've had a lot of success, me personally, with my clients. I know a lot of you that follow me do these activations, and it's very easy to do and get results. So why not? You know, it will not hurt. So always try to do it. You need your BaZi chart, depending which platform you want to use. You can use mine, which is this one is in Spanish. We're still in the process of making it in English, but it's in Spanish. It's kind of self-explanatory because I also put the names in Chinese and you can see the animals and the elements. So that helps a little bit, and here are the names in Chinese. And also the words are very similar when it comes to this. You can also use the Intuitive app, which is a great app. It's developed by some of my friends, and it's very, very useful. You can download it for free. Here's if you have Apple, Google Play. So please download this app. It's an amazing app, and it's free. So please go ahead and do that. Or you can use JY. You can use Joey's app, which, by the way, his birthday is coming up. You can use his app, his platform too, to get his BaZi calculator. But I'm pretty sure most of you or all of you already have it. So go ahead. Either way, it's fine. Whichever one you want to use is perfectly fine. Please make sure to follow me in Instagram and Telegram, where we give a lot of information daily, and I'm very accessible in any of those platforms to you guys. So please go ahead and follow me there. Okay, so what do we need for today? We need your BaZi chart, we need your QiMen charts, and we need a floor plan of your property. We'll talk about QiMen a little bit later when the time comes. So here we go. Let's start with the month. This is a month of July. This is the goat month that begins on the 7th of July at 1810. That is the time that it officially begins. But if you have been following me, you know that I mentioned this a few days ago in my Instagram and in my Telegram channel too. The 30th of June was an earth goat. That was the 30th of June. And in my experiences, I have noticed that usually when you have a pillar that is identical to either the year or the next month, you start definitely feeling the energies of the month already. So I think since June 30th, we can officially say that the energies are present of this month, although it's not until July 7th that it officially changes. So just, I'm sure most of you are going to start telling me later that you already felt these energies for the last few days. The order of elements that I provide here for you is to let you know that fire is the strongest one this month based on the chart. Wood is the second, third is earth, metal is fourth, and water is here. We finally get some metal. I know the last few months we haven't had any metal. And actually the next 2 months are going to be metal months because we have a metal monkey, and then we have a metal rooster. So it's going to be, I'm trying to get the chat up. I'm sorry. Let me try to move this a little. There we go. Here you go. Sorry, because I want to be able to see your comments. Perfect. Thank you. So it's a metal month. The next month that are coming. So I just wanted you to know that. Also, this pillar, which is the one that we have, is very dry. If you see it later when we talk about it, it's like the desert. So it's very, very dry. So we can experience a lot of like absorption problems in our body, maybe some stomach issues. And the world, I just want you to be aware and observe maybe fires and dry sprouts somewhere. It's something related to earth, something related to heat. It could be something that's very present because it's a very dry, hot chart. Because the elements that make it cooler are the ones that are the lowest in the order of elements. So we can experience some of that. However, the good thing is that we have a goat, which is one of the most powerful animals for period 9. Why am I talking about period 9? Because we're still in the fire months. And the period 9, which is the next 20 years, if you're new, the next 20 years starting on 2024 onto 2043, it's a fire period. So we're in the fire month. So this is kind of also a good indication of how the next 20 years of our lives are going to be. So basically, the goat is going to be one of the supreme powers because it's a combination. The goat combines early heaven and later heaven Bagua in some of the positions. So the goat is going to be very important. And so is the rabbit, because the rabbit is going to be one of the disruptors, basically the ones that's going to want to change everything and change the status quo. So I like the fact that we have these two animals, obviously, in this month, in this chart. Also, we have, even though you don't see it, we have a little dragon present. Why? Because the tiger, the rabbit, and the dragon creates a trilogy of wood. So basically, when you have 2 of 3 animals of a trilogy or of a harmony, particularly if the cardinal, which is this one, is present, is kind of pulling the other one. So these 2 animals are kind of like pulling the dragon, come and see us. However, the formation doesn't complete because the season prevents it from completing. Because this is wood, we're in fire season, fire weakens wood, so it doesn't allow it to complete. Same thing happens with the pig. The goat, the rabbit, and the pig is also a trilogy. However, because it's fire, it doesn't allow it to convert to wood also. What does that mean anyways? It just means that I need you to be aware that even though you don't see it, there is the presence of a dragon there and there is a presence of a pig. That's all I want you to know, okay? That's all I want you to know. Also, there is a clash between the rooster and the rabbit. What does that mean when we're talking about this worldwide? Remember that clashes mean absolutely nothing until you look at the 10 gods that are present. That's why if you follow my teachings, if you have studied BaZi with me, you will know that I have always said, and I'm not sure if, because a lot of you, obviously, I haven't taught a lot of classes in English, but I have always told people that I don't believe in those descriptions that people say, you know, the rabbit and the rooster together means this, the pig and the snake means this. To me, it's not correct. I think the clashes mean completely different things to different people, because you need to look at the 10 gods that are being clashed. Same thing as the combinations. So I know a lot of people say when these two animals clash, this can happen. Not necessarily. Because for instance, for me, rabbit could be wealth. For Esther, it could be her creativity. So when they clash, it could affect my wealth, it could affect her creativity. So it's two different things. So the way I look at it, the way I examine everything is you need to look at the 10 gods and also obviously the strength of the 10 gods. So when I look at this rooster and rabbit clash, I'm looking at the direct resource and I'm looking at direct wealth. Okay, what does that mean? In general, there's many definitions that we can do this, but direct resource could mean knowledge, teaching, academics. It can also mean health, but the way I'm looking at it, my interpretation, obviously, because it's being clashed by direct wealth. So I think we might hear a lot this month about teaching, teachers, schools striking, boycotting, anything that has to do maybe with pay, school being defunded, or teachers wanting more money, which again, I have always said is one of the least, the professions that get paid the least amount of money for the amount of work that they do. So I think our education system might be affected, or we might hear something regarding our education system being affected because the direct wealth is clashing it. So I think there might be something regarding to that. There might be something definitely regarding to that because it's being clashed. It's being clashed, and it's a big clash because it's the year animal that's being clashed. Also, we have here one of the 10 gods as the strongest is the herding officer, because it's rooted, the herding officer. What is a herding officer? Herding officer is communicating, speaking, talking. So also we might hear, and it's in the external pillar, which is the month, and on top, which means we might hear a lot of people talking. Sorry, let me mute. Sorry, can somebody please mute yourselves? Sorry. Let me put it here to allow for people not to. Sorry about that. Allow people to mute. No, sorry about that. Okay, so we might hear people communicating and speaking and saying what it is that they're feeling, okay? But here's the thing. The herding officer, which has to do with communication, is being clashed to, or it's involved in a clash with direct officer. What does that mean? It could be, I want to speak, I want to communicate, but I can't. Or I'm being told not to, or I feel that I can't. Again, like a little bit of oppression too. So the way I'm interpreting this could be maybe the education system, maybe the teachers want to boycott, want to go out on a strike, but because of contract, because of regulations, because of rules, they might not be able to do so. They might not be able to do so. So I believe that that's happening too. Now, how do we fix that? The way, in my opinion, I think that we can also fix is for the following reason. We have here rob wealth. Rob wealth is rooted as well, which means it's very strong. And not only is strong because it's rooted, it's strong because ding is one of the strongest elements in this chart. Why is ding one of the strongest elements in this chart? Because the hour of birth of this month is being born at this time. At this time, the sun is already retreating and it's already almost nighttime. And ding, which shines at night, is strong, is beginning to be born. Therefore, being is very strong. What does that mean in terms of what we're talking about? Rob wealth, among many things, could be people collaborating, people working together, people that you can contract, people that will do things for you, that can actually go out and do. So I believe if these people that feel the need to express that they want to say something, that they want to boycott a system, get other people to help them collaborate with that, they will be very successful, okay? Because this one is clashing here, and this element are stronger than the direct officer. So I think if you unite in a group of people to do something, and maybe the ones that can actually speak for the ones that cannot, you will definitely be successful. You will definitely be successful. Something else here, we have during the 12 growth stages, the month of the goat is in the weak stage. What does that mean? Generally speaking, I mean, there's many definitions for the 12 growth stages, but it usually means it is a point where we have to stop, think, and plan. not do things crazy. It is a time of planning. It is a time of determining exactly when it is that I have to do something, and do it, and maybe get alliances and people to do something. Why am I talking about alliances? Because again, this animal right here, the rabbit of the year, is being combined away in this combination and in this combination, which talks about collaborations. It talks about collaborations. I think also the health, we come back to the same point before that we said a few months ago, the health could also, I'm not going to say be affected, but we might hear things about health again, because direct resource also represents health and is being pulled away from many, many angles, many, many ways. We have our noble people present this month. Therefore, yes, ask, speak. What do you need? Get people to help you if you need help. So please be able to do that. Also, spirituality is very important. Whatever spirituality is for you, because we have the nobleman Tai Chi also here. Spirituality, please remember, it doesn't mean specifically religion. It doesn't mean nobody tells you how to be spiritual. You do what you think is best for you. Whatever connects you to the higher being, whatever gets you to become a better person, that's the spirituality that I'm talking about, okay? That is the only spirituality in my mind that counts. Whatever makes you become a better person. So this month, I believe that we definitely have to focus on that. But generally speaking, it's a month that's very dry. When something is dry, you need to bring some wisdom to it, which is water. Water is very low, but in the next few months, we're going to start getting a little bit more water and more metal. So you need to bring your wisdom. You need to be smarter about how you do things, basically. And I think that's something that we need to make sure that we do this month, not just to do things like crazy, right? QiMen chart. The QiMen chart is very interesting, and you're going to see how all of this ties into what we have been talking about with BaZi. Why? This is the year chart, which is 2023. We're looking at the Southwest because we're talking about the goat month. Goat, if you know a little bit about QiMen, goat lives in the Southwest, also monkey. So next month, we're going to be looking at this box as well. When we come in September, we're going to be looking at the West because this is where the rooster lives, which is September. Okay, goat. Interesting. First of all, the doors are in Fu Yin, which is something that we have been talking about for the last few months. Fu Yin means that they're in their original place. That is good when we're doing this analysis because it means that the doors are strong because they're home and their element, there's no clashing or anything like that. So the elements are strong. Here we have tiger. Tiger, as you know, it has to do with courage. It has to do with vitality. So when you look at tiger with 7 stars, you immediately think, well, it's a very powerful tiger. However, tiger with 7 stars is a very, what we call vegetarian tiger. It's a very cool, calm and collected tiger. It's not a very aggressive, as in volatile tiger. So it's more of a thinking and doing tiger. The tiger that you need for courage and agility and that is more like a 2-3 star tiger. Again, we're going to tie all of this together to the month. So basically, we have a tiger with 7 stars. We have death here. Death means ending, changing something, which is very strong. And we have hero. So I believe that if we fight intelligently, without hurting, without harming, which is what we talked about before, because we had the level of education with direct resource was involved, we can conquer whatever we want and become a hero in whatever it is that we want. We have to do it smartly. We need the courage to end something, the courage to go and speak, to be able to advance. Why do I say advance? Because we have the advancement hexagram here. The advancement hexagram here says that if we do this correctly, we can definitely advance and become heroes and obtain whatever it is that we want. And we're going to see now when we look at the monthly chart, how that actually is supported. Also, this combination in QiMen and Ren and Gen is not a very favorable combination, generally speaking, because it has to do with disputes, arguments that can turn into a legal issue. Basically, make sure that whatever it is that you do this month, if you're going to speak up, remember hearing officer, if you're going to speak up or if you're going to help somebody, remember noble people, if you're going to help somebody, make sure you are on the right side of the law. Make sure that you're doing things correctly. and that you don't feel trapped or coerced into doing something that maybe it's illegal or incorrect or immoral, because it could bring legal issues. So basically, I think this chart is telling us, do what you need to do, act, make sure you're not hurting anybody, and you do things by the book. Okay, I think this is what the chart is telling us with a 7-star tiger. When we look at the monthly chart, we're looking at this box again, because this box is the goat, which is July. Why are we looking at the north? Because remember, it was a Bing Day Master. The month of July is a Bing Day Master, and Bing is here. So when we look at here, look how again, we have Ren and Gen, which again, issues that could develop legally. So make sure that you take care of that. But we have Scenery Door with Hero again. Scenery Door means celebrations, beautiful, happiness. So basically, if you do what we said before, if you fight correctly and not to harm people, but to become a hero and do the right thing, happiness and celebrations, you could get what you want. You could get what you want. However, when we look at us, the people, we are in Moon and we are DE. What does that mean? It could be a desire to retract, a desire to not be seen, a desire to just go within yourself and analyze and look at things, or maybe you have to do something, you need to join a cause, you need to end something, but I don't think I feel like doing it. So it could be a sensation of, I know I have to move forward, but I don't want to. Is anybody getting that feeling of feeling this way already? It could be at work, it could be at your job, it could be anything like that, right? Like that feeling that I just don't feel like doing. I don't know, like I know I have to, but I don't want to. I know Paola is telling me this, but oh my God, I don't know. So, but I'm telling you, please do it. Please do. This is why. If you do, you have here Conquer, you have here 7 stars, and you produce this. What is this? This is Life Door, an Envoy, Ambassador, Chief. This is a beautiful combination. This is a beautiful combination. It is a little bit weak because it's in the East Palace. However, it's on Envoy, so I'm not worried about it. If you have the courage, remember the courage that we talk about, to do what you need to do, you can have very good finances. You can obtain high status things, high level things, if you actually do the work. Here, there is a trap. This combination right here can mean a trap. But I think this trap right here is because of this. You can become your own trap. You not getting this is 100% depending on this death and emptiness. Death and emptiness means I don't want to do it. If you conquer that, you can do it. How does something in QiMen come out of death and emptiness? There's several things to do it. One of them is when it clashes. Death and emptiness is in the north, which is rat. I'm going to go a little bit into QiMen. You guys mind? You guys want a little bit of QiMen knowledge? Since I know we have, I know always in English, I go a little bit word or why, but yes, okay. The north is rat, right? Which is what we have, death and emptiness. South and north clash. South, we have the horse. The horse lives in the south. One of the ways to get something out of death and emptiness is clashing it. So rat is being clashed with the horse, or horse clashes the rat. It doesn't matter which order you want to say it. Today, we're still the 2nd of July. This is still the horse month, yes or no? Today, tomorrow, the 6th, I'm sorry, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and even the 7th, this death and emptiness is not really death and emptiness. It's not really death and emptiness. It's going to go into death and emptiness really when the horse leaves, which is on the 7th of July. So basically, right now, literally right now, today, take the courage that you need to be able to conquer whatever it is that you want. Remember, it was a stage of planning that we need to do. If you get out of this Because basically, if the next few days that you're right now are going to be the days that you're probably going to have more energy to be able to do what it is. If you wait until the 7th, if right now you're feeling like I don't want to do anything, after the 7th, it's going to be worse. Because right now, this death and emptiness is being clashed by the horse, which means it brings it out of death and emptiness. If you make a conscious effort of, I know I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do this, because if I do, then I'll be able to obtain this. What is this? Life door could be many things. It could be money, obviously, it could be money, but it could also be opportunities to get anything it is that you want in life. Because you also have chief. Chief is high-ranking things, high-ranking people that you can meet, not only in business, but also in relationship. Also, you have ambassador. Ambassador, amongst many things, could be bank, could be financing. Anything that you want to get, you have the power to get. But you need to do this right now. Like, do not wait until the month begins. You need to have the courage to do things right now. Also, Tiger, which is right here with 2 stars. Do we like Tiger with 2 stars? Yes. We like Tiger with 2 stars. And again, death, which means ending things, produces you. So yes, you have to take it within yourself to act. But if you act, you'll be able to obtain what you want. I can assure you, you'll be able to get what you want. Okay? And then you will have the celebrations and everything that you need. Because if you do, listen, let me explain to you like how QiMen works. If you do this, try to get that energy to go and do what it is. And yes, you have to do it, right? You'll be able to conquer this, to open new opportunities, come out of death and emptiness. This produces life door, produces ambassadors, produces a chief, and this counters this, which means you will obtain the happiness and the success that you need and the advancement that we talked about it before. That's how you work it in QiMen, okay? It's like a whole, it's boxes, it's steps. For you to get something, you need to go step by step by step by step. You'll be able to do it, okay? Does that make any sense to you guys? And I have the chat open, so if you guys want to put any questions in there, please go ahead, okay? Because I'll be able to look at it. Okay, perfect, good. I added this map this month because I have always used it, but I haven't made it publicly. This is a chart of the world. This is not my map. This is Joey Yap's map. And what I did here for you guys, I shared this at the beginning of the year with the 2023 information. These are the zones in the world that for the whole year, I put the year and I put the year that clashes with the year and the stems, and I did the month. So basically, I want you just to be aware. This is, again, I don't like to cause chaos and worry and none of that. I just want you to be aware, particularly this part of the world right here in red during this month. Everything that we talk about today, the entire part, everything that's marked, particularly the red area, will be affected the most or benefit the most, the good and the bad, same thing. Maybe what we talk about dryness and heat and fire and all of teachers boycotting, schooling being defunding, health resources maybe being taken away, could be more doing this area here too. Also, the good part. What is the good part? It could also be people speaking up, helping those people. It could be a lot of collaboration, companies, organizations uniting to help those people. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything, even more, I believe, in this area right here of the world. So I just want you to guys be aware. And please do share with me, because I know you guys do in Telegram, and I love, because I don't watch the news for many reasons. One is I don't have the time. I don't watch the news. But please let me know whenever you hear, look, Paul, remember what you said this during the month, this is happening here. So I would like to have some feedback, because obviously we have people from all over the world here. So please do share. And because I know last month, a lot of you share information from what I said. And also that way, if I remember, then I share with everybody. So I just want you guys to be aware here, just in case, let me minimize it so that I can see this. This is the rabbit. So this is the one for the year. This is the Kuei water. So this is the year pillar. This is the rooster with the yin earth, which is the fan yin to that one. So this one and this one is the year. And here the one we have for the month, which is the goat, earth, right here. And then here we have the ox, wood, which is the Fan Yin. Okay, so that's where I get that from. So basically, those are during the whole year, and now during this month, the ones that give benefit or being affected. Again, not to alarm, it's just be aware. Basically, if you're going to be traveling to these areas, or if you're living in these areas of the world, then just be aware that there might be some issues with what I talked about. That's it. Okay, that's all. This is the information that I have for the earth goat. As you can see, it is a lot of earth. Yin earth is rooted because it's on top, it's at the bottom. Just in case, this is friend. I know it's in Spanish, this is 7 killings. And this is indirect resources. These are the 10 gods involved here. And this is the moon that rises above the desert. Oh, if you have, does any of you have an earth goat in your chart? Not just a goat, but an earth goat, this particular earth goat. Because what I'm going to tell you right now is a little description of that animal, of that pillar. Obviously, you have to do, you have to look at the whole interaction with your chart, but I'll give you an idea what it is. This is the moon that rises above the desert in the day. Difficult to achieve because it is difficult to have the moon during the day. This person has a tough personality. They are not very reserved and they do know everything. They're very, very perceptive people. Who they really are and who you see are very different sometimes. They usually have two extremes. They either have a lot of money or they don't have a lot of money. They're either very spiritual or they're not very spiritual. They're kind of like two extremes kind of people, right? They look for the beauty and intelligence in everything. They find beauty in everything. Material objects or material things do not bring happiness. So this is not what makes you happy. Do not put a shiny coin to this person to try to get what they want, because money is not what they do things for. And wealth is not what creates satisfaction for them. They may feel like a constant state of despair and disappointment because it is a victim of their own desolate spirit. In the sense, again, it's a desert with the moon and the sun at the same time. So it's kind of hard to achieve. They could be prone to phobias and mental disorders and paranoia. That just means that because they're very perceptive, they're very, very perceptive and very intuitive, they have a tendency to be connected more to like the other part of the world, the other realm. And they can be people that see ghosts and see spirits or feel things. So that could create some issues, obviously, if you don't know how to target it. I believe that others are usually trying to cause harm and ruin them or ruin their reputation. Remember, all of this, you have to look at the whole entire chart. This is a very general definition. You have to look at the whole chart to see the interaction. Even though they possess good manners, others might think that they get upset or angry with this person, okay? Their lack of self-confidence is the basis of overcompensation in dealing with people sometimes. But it also allows them to sacrifice themselves for other people. They definitely sacrifice themselves. They do everything that they give their all when it has to do with other person. They like drama. By drama, they mean, they like theater, they like maybe plays, they like the movies, they like TV shows, anything that has to do with drama they like, and mysterious things that are mysterious they love. You have Yin Earth sitting on the friend element and 7 killings and indirect resources. All 3 stars are one of the most, or 3 of them are the most emotional and perceptive and intuitive. Okay, and intuitive. Obviously, with experience, for women, be aware of having friends very close to your partner. Why? Because friend star and 7 killings, when you combine them together, this is your boyfriend and this is your best friend. So generally speaking, and in my experiences, I saw that a lot. They usually, when a woman had this in her day pillar, and she had her best friends very close to her boyfriend, there was almost always an issue there. So make sure that you keep that separate if you have this pillar in your chart. And again, you have to look at the interaction, if it's being clashed, if it's not being clashed. Like, for instance, my mom just mentioned that she has this one, but for her, it's weak because my mom was born in January during water season. So during the water season, this is very weak. So then that's why she might not have a lot of those characteristics. Can this apply to the luck pillars as well? Yes. It applies to the luck pillar, because if you have this during the 10-year cycle, that means that during the 10-year cycle, during that 10-year, you could experience those characteristics, and also you could be surrounded by people with those characteristics. See, so the 10-year cycle for everybody that's new. Thank you for that question, Esty. The you know what? Let me give this brief introduction for anybody that's new. The year of birth represents your external world, your social media, your country, your distant relatives. It's the most outer part of your life. The month, now we're coming back into more personal, right? The month represents your job, your career, your ability to make money, and in people represents your parents. During the day pillar represents you, who you are as a person, and you also represents your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, that part of your life. The hour represents your thoughts, your goals, your thinking, your investments, your children. The hour is the most personal one of all. I know there's a lot of cultures actually, and I know a lot of people that will not give you the hour of birth. They will not give you the hour of birth because they say that if you know the hour of birth, you know everything about them. So they do not want to give you the hour of birth because you know everything. I want to know how you think. I want to know how you function. All I have to know is look at your hour of birth. It's the most inner part of you. And also notice that has to do with your children and your investments, because everything that comes out of you, anything that's being born. And now the 10-year cycle, means during that 10-year, you have that energy present, but it's very external, which means it could be people surrounding you that have those abilities, or you might encounter a lot of situations with 7 killings, which we talked about, which has to do with fighting, competition, doing friend element, which means people maybe that want to friend you, indirect resource, maybe a lot of intuitive and perceptive people that come into your life, or you can have some of those qualities during those 10-year period. That's what it means. Okay, so I hope that helps. So the 10-year cycle is more like external, not so much your characteristics, but I would say it's more like people around you, but generally you can accustom some of those. The hexagram that we have is this hexagram, is hexagram number 46, that has Sun at the bottom and Kun on top. And this is basically, I'm going to read it a little bit just to see if it means something for you, because later on I take this and I give you the information in a more practical way. But I always like to read to you the interpretation of this hexagram, because the way I look at hexagram is kind of like a wise person that gives you advice. You know, maybe you woke up today and you say, you know what, I need a guide, I need a sign of something. So now I'm going to read to you what it is, and maybe this is a sign of that you need it, right? It says, fly and fly away. This hexagram is encouraging, especially for those who are innovators in thought and action. These people should act now to move forward and improve their lives. There is a good chance that a helpful person or connection can help. Feel comfortable as you are and stay calm and in a good mood, and everything you're doing will be okay. Remember the vegetarian tiger that we talked about? Just as a plant sprouts from a small seed before it grows into a tall, strong, beautiful tree, success is always the result of the accumulation of hard work and determination, even when you don't feel like doing anything. Progress and growth are gradual processes, and perseverance is important to enable a person to reach a higher stage. Just remember that if it was easy, everybody could do it. Does that resonate with anybody? Is this something that you guys needed to hear? Is that something that helps? I'm trying to hear the chat. Diana, my nephew has earthquake and for about all 3 different gods. Yes, because the 10 gods that I gave you here, Diana, look, thank you for the question. The 10 god that I gave you here is based on this as a day master. So if you use this as a day master, these are the 10 gods for this one. But if you're Bing, then these day masters are going to be different. So basically, this interpretation is based on this pillar itself. So believe it or not, even though your nephew obviously has a different day master, this day pillar has that. This pillar has those day masters. This pillar has those 10 gods because it is read as an entire separate one. You know what I'm saying? So yes, your 10 gods are going to be different based on your day master, but when you're analyzing a pillar itself, you analyze it on its own to see the characteristics of it. Yeah, that's what it means. Ay, gracias, Alejandro. Thank you, Alejandro. You wrote to me personally just so that you know, but thank you so much. Okay, perfect. I'm reading here. All right. So that's the information that I have for the hexagram. Now this one, basically what I do with the hexagram is that I get this hexagram right here, and then I combine it with the 60 jatas, with the 60 pillars, and I come up with this. So basically look at this chart and let me know if you have any of this. Remember what we mentioned before, year, month, day, and hour, those aspects of your life. So these pillars have a special connection with the month. So if you have any of these, you have a special connection with the month, particularly this four. This four with the frame have what is called heaven and earth combo. That's good. So basically, if you have any of those, at least two, let's say two of those, this is another month to just not do anything. I want you doing, I want you acting. In what aspect of my life? It depends where you have it. If you have, let's say, this water tiger in your month, this is a month for you to go out there and do, because the month combines with you and is helping you. And this is a hexagram combination, which is a beautiful combination. You're going to see later on when we're talking about the clashes, you're going to see that, and the clashes and the harm, you're going to see that the ox clashes with the goat. But this ox in particular, this one, it's okay. You're going to see that the rat has a harm with the goat, but this rat in particular is okay because it has a combination with hexagram. Even if you have one, Charlotte, even if you have one, it's perfectly fine. So that one, like, where do you have that one? What pillar do you have it in your chart? In the month. Okay, so you have the dog, here we go. You have this one in the month. Okay, look at it this way. You have this one in the month, and I'm already telling you has a good combination. This one combines with the rabbit of the year. So you already know that you have a good combination, and now I'm telling you the month is helping you. So this is the month for you at work. Give it your all. This is the time for your work to show what you can do, to show opportunities, to show your creativity, to show everything that you can do. Show in your work area, in your work aspect, okay? If you have it in the year, like Danny has it in the year, so that in the year, Danny, external, social media, people around you, see, more like that, depending on where you have it in that aspect of your life. Yeah, and for you, Charlotte, also more external, more like social media, because remember, this one also combines with the year, which is the rabbit, which is external too. So basically your external world even more. And if you know a little bit about the 10 gods, you see what 10 gods you have there, and then you can explore that further. So please make sure that all of you, Jen, you have the in the day. So see, when you have it in the day, thank you for that, because let me explain something about the day. A lot of people think, well, let's say Jen says, oh, I have it she has the Kuei Chao in the water ox in the day, right? Which is one of the ones in the frame. So let's say she's thinking, oh, but I don't want to, and what I wanted to focus more is on my career. And now I know that the day has to do more with relationship. Then that means that through her, through her partner, through her spouse, her boyfriend, her girlfriend, through her spouse, she could obtain financial wealth. You understand what I'm saying, please, right? It means that maybe, are you single, Jen, or you have a partner? You're single, okay. Which means if you're single, obviously that you don't have a partner, this is a great month to meet somebody. Okay, this is a great month to meet somebody. Maybe you say, I don't want to meet anybody. Okay, you don't want to meet anybody, romantically speaking, but you will be meeting people in a month that you have a special combo. So meet people, because those people could help you become better at your job, better in your external world. You understand what I'm saying? You will have personal connections with people that if you want to find a partner, great, you could. If you don't, you're still going to create great relations that will help you grow. Why help you grow? Because you have it in the day. You understand what I'm saying? The day is you. So if you grow as a person, if you become a better person, then you will be able to have money and you will have better connections. Either one. See? So I don't want you guys to think, oh, I have it in the day, so it doesn't have anything to do with money. No, yes, it has to do with money, because you can meet people that can help you become better at your job or better wherever it is, you know. So I hope that helps. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now here, let's talk about, if you have mine, obviously it has a little goat here. So even if you don't speak Spanish, and it says right here, the goat, please remember, like I've always said, this image is altered. It's impossible to have all of these goats like that, but I just do it for purpose of showing. It's for reference only. So this is not a real chart, okay? If you have my app, if you have Intuici app, or if you have JY's, it will be the same. So basically the goat is a nobleman star. So if you have the goat as a nobleman star, how many of you have the goat as a nobleman star? If you have it, let me open it here. Okay, this is the month, obviously, to ask for help. If you need help, ask for help. Now, what happens if you ask for help and you don't get it? What happens if you ask for help and I tell you, no, I'm not going to help you because I don't feel like it? Is that nobleman? Yes, it is. Remember, nobleman is a person that helps you become a better you. Okay? A better you. A nobleman can be somebody that tells you, no, I'm not going to help you. You figure it out on your own. And guess what? You figure it out on your own and you learn how to do it on your own. Now, how many of you have goat here as a nobleman star and have ox in your chart? I repeat, nobleman is the goat, but you have goat in your chart. Charlotte, okay. Anybody else aside from her? You know what that means? Maybe in life, Charlotte, not only now, Itemeka, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Let me explain to you and you guys can corroborate or not what I'm saying. That means that throughout your whole life, Charlotte and Itemeka, throughout your whole life, you might feel that the people that you have been surrounded by people that maybe were not very kind, but those interactions helped you grow. They call them not good quality noblemen. It could be the spouse that cheats on you. It could be the employer that fires you. It can be the friend that betrays you. But now you looking back, you detach yourself and you look back, you say, but for those experiences, I would not be where I am today. So when the nobleman clashes with an element or an animal in your chart, it says that it's low quality nobleman, which means you're going to grow and you're going to become a better person, but it's going to be through hardships. That's what it means when the nobleman clashes with an animal in your chart. Okay, so like I've always said to you guys that the toughest times of my life and the toughest people in my life were the people that got me to where I am today, and I would not change it for the world. I would not change it for the world. The people that didn't help me when I needed help, when I asked, and since they told me no, I'm like, crap, I'm gonna have to learn how to do this on my own. And now looking back, thank God they told me no, because then I had to learn how to do it on my own, and I learned how to do it on my own. You know, you look for the goat in the nobleman. You can, if the goat is your nobleman, and you have ox in your chart, so the nobleman is clashing your chart. Or if you have both also, because you can have ox and goat in your chart, and one of them being the nobleman. Basically, what I'm looking is a clash between those two. A clash between those two. Yeah. Alejandro says, I have 2 ox, a metal oxes in my month and year, and I have gold as a 10 gas, and it's your nobleman star. So basically, you know, you can think of, maybe go back and think of situations in your life where you say, yes, I can see why this happened and help me grow as a person. So usually that's when in Chinese metaphysics, you might hear something says like a low quality nobleman. Low quality nobleman almost always is when it clashes, and those, I mean, I personally like when that happens because it really helps you become a better person. Sometimes you need somebody to tell you, no. And then you need to figure out how to do it on my own. I know as parents, most of you that are parents can identify with that. You know, if you give everything to your children, they won't grow. they will become handicapped. So it gets to a point, I know you know how to do this, you can do this on your own, you figure it out how to do it. And then they learn how to do it. But if mom and dad are always giving them, mom and dad are always telling them how to do something, then they won't learn how to do it on their own. Okay? So that's not woman help. It's to help you grow. So basically that's here. The nobleman Tai Chi or the Tai Chi nobleman, if you have it, basically it means this month that what I mentioned before, you need to, or you should, you don't need to, you should have a special connection or a spiritual connection with your higher self, whatever that is, whatever that is. It could be meditation, it could be prayers, it could be music, it could be anything, whatever gets you to the next step. I mean, I personally like to do mantras, me personally, but I do the purple flame, but it depends whatever you want to do. Basically, what I want you to do is to connect with the source, because when you connect with the source, everything, it's easier and you see a higher purpose. So if the goal is nobleman Tai Chi, I think this is a beautiful month for you to connect with the source and just take time to be. That's the way I call it, just be, okay? I misunderstood the question. I have gold in my month pillar, and I have gold as my nobleman Tai Chi, and oh wow, so so you don't have ox. It make okay, you don't have ox, that's fine. So what I said before doesn't apply to you as far as the clashing, but that means that if it's your nobleman and if it's your nobleman Tai Chi, so in every aspect is telling you that this is a month for you to ask for help and something else. In my experience too, please understand this. When you have your nobleman coming to you, the way I've always told my students, you become a nobleman for a person too. Because a lot of times we say, oh, I have nobleman coming to me, so I want people to help me. I want people to give me. But I believe it works better, in my experience, if you say, no, I have, like Jamaica, she says, that it has a nobleman this month, then let me become the noble person or the person I needed at one time for somebody else. And I can assure you that's going to come back to you. So you give what you want. If I want people to help me this month because I have so many plans, then let me plan what can I give people, so then that can come back to me. You become a noble person. And that comes back to you. So that's something that I personally do when I have my nobleman month. I become a noble person for some other people. It's not an academic star, so we're not going to talk about it. It's not a romantic star, not a solitary star. Death and emptiness, if you have it as a death and emptiness, it simply means could mean two things. One, everything we talk about today is reduced a little bit. It's reduced. It's not that strong for you because it comes death and emptiness. Or also can mean that whatever we talk about today, you're like, whatever. It doesn't affect you either way. It could be, death and emptiness could be like you detach yourself, or it could be it's reduced. Death and emptiness is not necessarily negative, and a lot of people think that it's negative. It's not necessarily negative. Death and emptiness could actually be very positive depending on your chart. For instance, if you remember that we talked about that this month is very dry. It's very dry because this is an earth goat. It's a very dry pillar. If in your chart, you have a lot of fire already, you look at your chart and it's a lot of red or a lot of earth, and you say, okay, it's very, very, very dry. This goat coming to you as death and emptiness is actually a good thing. Because if your chart is already hot and dry, you don't need any more fire. You don't need any more dryness. So the fact that it's coming half in death and emptiness is a good thing. So it depends on the chart whether it's good or not. However, if you have a lot of water in your chart, it's super water, super, super wet. And this goat that you're like, oh, thank God I have some earth coming to absorb the water, but your goat is on death and emptiness, then you get like half a goat. You don't get a full goat. So then maybe it's not the best. You understand? So do not think just because of the name death and emptiness, it sounds bad. No, it's not necessarily bad. You have to look at a chart to see whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So not necessarily it's bad. And if you have goat as your celestial doctor, remember what I've been telling you guys for the last 2 months. please do not go 100% based on this and say, oh, the God is my celestial doctor, heavenly doctor. So I don't have to worry about anything health issues. So I'm going to go have open heart surgery. And no. This is just an additional tool, an additional point of reference when you're doing a day selection, because you need to look at your day master, you need to look at the relationship with your direct resource, you need to look at your 7 killings, you need to look at so many things for you to decide to do a medical procedure, not just based on this, okay? This is an additional layer. Now, generally speaking, this is supposed to be a good animal, a good month for anything relating to health issues. But do not just take that as it is. You need to look at other stuff, okay? So that's why I usually say, please ignore this. I have that for my advanced students that know how to do day selection, that they say, oh, look, the month of July is good for this person. And they say, oh, and happens to be the heavenly doctor, so perfect. See? So it's like an additional layer only. Okay, so let's keep moving over here. Now let's do the combinations. The goat combines with the horse. So if you have horse in your chart, congratulations. This month is your friend, depending on where you have it. Remember in what aspect, what pillar, and if it's in the month, then in your job. This month is friends with you in the job. In the year, social media, external world. In the day, your person, your family, your spouse, you. In the hour, your dreams, your plans, your business, that kind of stuff. This is the one that combines heaven and earth combo. So if you have a wood horse, which was also in one of the ones that I showed you before, it's a great month. It's a great month. Wow, a business. Well, you wrote to me personally, but that's fine. I'll explain. About a business. Let me ask you a question. You know, they just asked me in Spanish, the things that they sent it to me personally, about a business. There's 2 types of analysis for a business. If you're thinking about opening up a business, what pillar am I looking at? If my goal is to open up a business and I'm thinking about opening up a business and I have the plans of opening up a business, what pillar am I looking at? Year, month, hour, or day? The hour. See, I'm thinking about opening up a business. I'm planning opening up a business. It's a project. It's a baby that I want to give birth. So it's an hour of birth. It exists in my head. It's still not a business. So if you're thinking about opening up a business and you have horse in the hour, it's great because it combines with my goals and what I want to do. Now, that business now is actually an actual business, a physical business. They're already open and I'm already now hiring people. I'm making business and selling my products and my services. Now this is my month pillar. You understand the difference, right? This is advanced level BaZi. When it's only in my head, when I'm planning something, remember the hour is my thoughts. The hour is my thoughts. It's my plans. It's my project, what I want to do. It's the hour. So a business that's not developed yet is the hour. Once you do the business, then you focus on the month for everything else after that. Exactly, Martha. That will be me. I have it in the hour and you're thinking about opening up a business. Exactly, Martha. So if you have horse in the hour and you're thinking about opening up a business, this is the month for you to not only think about it, think, plan, okay, strategy. How am I going to do that? How am I going to do it? When am I going to open it? Because it exists in your head only. Now, once you actually take the step and you create the company, you create the name and you open up a website, once it's something more tangible, then it goes away from the hour and becomes now your month. That's the difference. Yeah, exactly, Alejandro. Once you take the action, it becomes the month. Okay, so that's why it's important for you to know the difference. Okay, perfect. So basically, if you have the horse, then good, your hopes and your dreams and your plans and whatever it is that you want, create it. And if you have it in the month, then take action. Go ahead, do, The same thing applies if you have a pig and or rabbit. If you have pig and, doesn't have to be both, and or rabbit, it's good. It means it's friends with you. Okay, it's friends with you. So this is someone definitely to take advantage of wherever it is that you have it. You know, if it's in the year, there is a, you know, if you have horse, pig, or rabbit in the year, I want you out there socializing. I want you out there meeting people. I want you out in every event. I want you in social media because it's the year. If you have it in the month, I want you extra working this month. I want for your employees, for your boss, for your colleagues, for your industry, for everybody to see who you are and what you can do, because it combines with your month, which means you could make more money through your interaction, through your people, through your connection. If you have it in the day, it's a great connection with personal people. It could be romantic connections. It could be people that you meet that could help you become a better person or a better employee or a better boss. If you have it in the hour, your thoughts, your projects, your kids, your investments, everything can take life and projects, okay? So that's how it works. Same thing applies if you have snake. Well, horse we already talked about. The thing is that this is a combination, that's why I put them all together. Same thing if you have snake. So if you have horse, snake, pig, and rabbit, they're your friends. They're your friends. There you go, Martha. So you had the horse in the hour and you have the pig in the year. There you go. So your thoughts, who can help you? Who can help Martha with her opening of her business? Her friends. Which friends? Social media, anything like that can help you. And if you look at the 10 gods, I'm going to go a little bit deeper because I want you guys to understand. What is your day master, Martha? Because I want you guys to understand how it is that we do bots. What is your day master, Martha? Because she has pig in the year, and I want to see what the 10 gods is for her. Being tired. Okay. So this is what it is. Okay. Let me see. I have some of my BaZi certification students here. She's a Bing Day master, right? So the pig for her is her what? Influence element. Right? It's her 7 killings. It's her 7 killings. Which means, first of all, men can help you. I don't know if you have a boyfriend, but boyfriend, man, husband can help you. Can also means you need to actively go and do. You actively need to go out and conquer and get the dreams that you want. You have to physically, because we're talking about 7 killings. You need to go out there and do. And men can help you. Why men? Because men, for women, that's being, it, you know, is that's what it is. So I mean that and then being ding, which is the one for horse, is your wealth, which means also people. Now, news, Martha, you're gonna have to put some money. You know that, right? In your investment, in your dreams, you know that, right? In that business that you want to do, you know you have to put some money. Charlotte, if it's your direct officer, exactly. Why do I know you have to put some money? Because you're talking about raw wealth in the horse, and you're talking about 7 killings in the pig, which means you need to put money. You will be out of money, but obviously, right? It's not news to you. When you're going to open up a business, you need to put money. So it's just confirming what we talked about. See, with just me knowing those 2 little things, I'm already letting her know something that she already knows. But it's just so that you know how BaZi works. And Charles, you have horse in the day, which is your direct officer. It could either be, you know, a man figure in your life, or it could be a person of a higher ranking. Charlotte, you know, somebody of a higher ranking. It could be a boss. It could be somebody that you respect, somebody that you admire, somebody that can help you get what it is that you want. You know, when you look at, that's why the 10 gods, see the importance of looking at the 10 gods to get more into the plans of what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, hope that helped you guys. When you look at here, okay, clashes. It clashes with the ox. How many of you have ox? It clashes with the ox, but remember, not the water ox, not the water ox. The ox is good. Remember, changes are good. Clashes are good. How many of you here, tell me if it's you, your life right now is perfect in every single aspect. You have a perfect life. You don't need any more money. Your relationship is the best that it could be. Your health is the best. Your fitness is the best. If that is you, then be afraid. But if you can tweak your life a little, you can change a little bit of your life, then changes are the best. I love changes because look at it this way. If you have ox in your chart, you say, wow, this is a month that I can change this part of my life. If it's in the year, maybe I can work more on social media or less on social media. I can become more friendly or I can spend less time with my friends. Depends on what it is that's happening in your life, right? In the month, you know what? It clashes. So I need a change in my month. I need a change in my job. I need a change in my career. I need a change. And you know what? This is the time that I want to make the change. Stop talking, start doing, because ox is in the month. So this is when I want to start doing what I need to do regarding my job. If it's in the day, you know what? I'm done with my partner. And this is the month that I want to tell him I'm getting a divorce. I'm done with you. This is it. Okay. Or I'm single, but I want to open myself to a new relationship. Or you know what? I'm having issues with my spouse. I don't want to get divorced, but I want to work on our marriage. I want to work on our relationship. That's what the ox will do. In the hour, if you don't have children, and you have ox in the hour, you could get pregnant. You could. Or you know what? It's a change of thoughts. It's a change of your thoughts of what you want to change, of my plans. Maybe you have ox in the hour. How many of you have ox in the hour? See, Lillian and Christina have ox in the day. It could be in the day is very interesting because in the day could be a change of you. You make personal changes. Christina, Lillian, you make personal changes. I'm going to change this about my life. It could be physical. It could be a health issue. It could be a diet issue. It could be, I'm going to become more spiritual. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to start exercising more, or I'm going to become a better person because I'm going to start learning about this. Whatever it is, personal changes. If you're in a relationship, you can either end or change something about your, you know what? I need to spend more time with my spouse, with my partner, or I need to become more friend, whatever it is, you can make those type of changes. And if you have it in the hour, then I love it in the hour because it means change of thoughts. Maybe this is the month that you stop and you say, you know what? Maybe I have been looking at it the wrong way. Maybe instead of focusing on opening up a business, I'm going to say, opening up a business that for the last 4 years, I've been trying to open it up. Maybe I have been doing it different. Maybe what I need to do is maybe work as an employee in that industry for the next few months, get the experience that I need and the contact, then open up the business. It's like a change of plan, change of thoughts, change of project, change of perception. Your mind changes in it, or your plan changes. So it's a good thing. So I like clashes. Me personally, I like clashes. The rat, if you have rat in your chart, then it is a harm, okay? It's interesting because the rat clashes with the goat. Okay, harms mean, first of all, if you have it in the day or in the hour, if you're watching me and you have rat in the day or in the hour, yes, I want you to take care of yourself, health-wise, okay? Do not go to a place that has a lot of infections, a lot of diseases, a lot of things, but take care of yourself. Come on, common sense. Take care of yourself. That's more if it's the day and the hour. If it's not the day and the hour, or even including the day and the hour, what it is you're going to be a little bit more emotional than usual. That's what it means. A little bit more emotional than usual. So maybe what people used to do to you before doesn't affect you, didn't affect you, but now it affects you. More emotional, more sensible, more yeah, and even cry more, but if you're a crier, I cry, I love crying. I'm more sensitive. Yeah, more sensitive. I say, yeah, I guess that's a word, more sensitive. What is my advice to you? Think before you react. Because maybe later on you overreact and you're like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was overreacting. I was too sensitive. This person always does this to me. So why am I overreacting this month? So basically, that's what it is. Now, do you run the possibility of being really betrayed by somebody? It could be. You could be really betrayed. So be careful who you surround yourself with. And maybe people's true colors will come out this month. And then you know who's your friend and who's not your friend. Do not react maybe at the moment. Do not go crazy. Just think, let me wait a few days and see if this is really how I feel. Do I want to cut this person off? Is it really a betrayal? Or is it just something that this person has been doing, I have been accepting at this moment, I say I'm done, which is fine. But I just want you to think before you react. That's all. That's what we're at. But if you have it in the day and in the hour, I want you to just take care of your health. That's what I mean. Not to worry about your health, just take care of your health. If you have dog, you have a destruction with the dog. Now, am I super worried about the destruction with the dog? No, I'm not super worried. Why? Because the dog is friends with the rabbit of the year. Remember, combinations are always more powerful than afflictions. So the combination with the rabbit of the year is stronger than with the destruction of the goat, just so that you know, okay? So basically, if you have a dog, things can suddenly change, but the way I have been doing it and using the dog of the destructions is like transformation, innovation, change something about yourself. Change something. It's kind of like a clash. I would say it's kind of like a clash. And it's also a bullying punishment. So you might be bullied into maybe finishing or ending something. So make sure that you actually want to finish or end that. Because again, there is a bullying combination and there is a destruction. So it could feel maybe you say, you know what, I'm tired of putting up with this. I'm going to end this. It could be, I'm tired of feeling bullied or being told what to do or feeling. And remember, being bullied doesn't necessarily mean, the bully that we always know. It could be you being in a job that you think that you're not giving your maximum potential, that people are trying to exploit you and you feel like a pushover and you say, I'm done. So it can work as it could work as a clash too. I think that when you have a destruction, the best thing to do is to have a nice spiritual connection, what we talked about before, like connect with your higher self and see, how do I feel, what it is that I want in life and what I don't want in life. But I'm not too concerned about this destruction in particular. I'm not too concerned. Fan Yin Fu Yin. This is the month, obviously. So if you have an earth goat, just like this one, just exactly like this one, you have what is called Fu Yin. Fu Yin means that is an expected event, something that you expected could happen. Usually is not very happy. It's not a happy event. This could be like, oh, wow, they're cutting people, they're laying people off on my job, and now you have this in the month. It's something that you expected that could happen, and it could happen. Or, my grandmother is very ill, she's very sick, and she's at the last stages of her illness. So yes, she could pass away, but this is something you expected to happen. So a Fu Yin is something you expect to happen, and it's usually not very fun. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Obviously, it doesn't happen all the time. It's just, and you have to look at what that does to your entire chart. But generally speaking, that's what it means. Fan Yin is the opposite pillar that clashes. This is the real Fan Yin. This is a heaven and earth clash, but I put them together as Fan Yin because it's easier. But to be correct, this is a real clash, which is the ox clashes with the goat, because this is water clashing fire. This is wood clashing earth. So this is the real Fan Yin. This is not a real Fan Yin. This is a heaven and earth, because this one goes this way, but earth clashes water. For it to be a Fan Yin, it has to be in the same direction. But heaven and earth clash is technically speaking the same. So that's why I have it there. Okay, Fan Yin, what does this mean? Fan Yin is unexpected event. Remember the Fu Yin, you expected it. The Fan Yin, you don't expect something to happen. This doesn't mean bad. It means unexpected. Maybe you expected to get laid off, and actually what you do is you get a promotion or you get a raise. Or maybe you expected to get a 10% raise and you got a 30% raise. Or it could be the other way around. It could be you expected to get a promotion and you get demoted, or you get fired, or you get laid off. So basically, this is something that you do not expect. If you have it in the year, it could be maybe you move because now they transfer you to a new location at your job and you need to move. If it's in the month, it could be something change in your job that you didn't know, were not expecting. Good or bad, depending on your chart. You need to look at your chart. In the day, it could be something regarding your relationship, your spouse, yourself. something changes with your health also. And the hour, a complete change of your thoughts, of your goals, or your plans. So again, not bad, it's just a change. That's all that it means, okay? Not a bad, just a change. Now, let's look at more specifically your day master. Let's look at it. So just make sure that you write. I know most of you are experienced, but can you please write down right here in the chat your day master, which is right here, just one word. If you put more than one word, that means that you did it wrong. I need this word right here. I need that word right there. I'm looking, okay, perfect. That's one word, perfect. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna wait for YouTube. Okay. And I'm gonna give you what it is. Okay, here is, I am not going to read to you guys this right here because it's there. And remember that tomorrow I'm going to share this presentation with you on Telegram so you can take the time and read it. You know, I don't want to waste your time reading something that's already there. What I'm going to do is give you my interpretation of it, okay? So that's what I'm going to do, just give you my interpretation of it. So basically, when I say Bing, oh, I'm sorry, this is in Spanish. I apologize. I left this in Spanish, but don't worry, I'll tell you in English what it is. I apologize. I left it in Spanish, but I'll tell you in English, okay? Your day master, which is what you just wrote down. So listen to me when I tell you this, and basically this right here, then you at your own time, you can go ahead and read what it says. There's 2 pages of it, so even if you don't see it on the page, first page, don't worry, it will be on the second page, okay? But I apologize, I didn't change it. It's supposed to be July, so I apologize for that. Okay, so Bing, I'm talking to Bing. This is H-O, I think that's pretty simple to get. H-O, right? Herding officer. So basically I'm talking to you, Bing, okay? You are the center of attention. You're about to shine so bright because you are so bright in the month of the fire month. But I want you to know and understand the following. Even though you're shining, you can communicate, you're speaking, people are looking at you. I want you to remember something very important. This will not last forever because the fire season is ending. So do not be too arrogant. Do not do anything illegal. Do not think that you're on top of the world and nobody can destroy you. Basically, shine bright, but be generous, be good, have fame, have popularity. But don't be annoying. Don't be arrogant. Don't be too flashy. Don't be too flashy. Simply be the best version of yourself. You're the sun. The sun's job is to shine and give. So this month you can shine and become a beautiful sun that gives light to the world. Does that make any sense to you guys? You have the mic. You have the mic. I'm giving you a mic. I'm giving you a stage. What are you doing with it? What are you talking about me, and showing me and everything that I am? Or are you actually shining bright for everybody else? So just remember, you have a lot of fame, you have a lot of popularity, you have the ability to make money, you have the ability to gain a lot of followers. Just remember that it's not gonna last forever. So you need to plant a seed for people to love you the way you are, okay? That's very important for my beings. For Ding, you have, this is eating God, E-G, okay, E-G, which is on the next page, but you'll have it tomorrow, I'll give you that, but it's eating God, okay? So I apologize for that. It's eating God. Eating God means you have the same attention, just not so stage-like. It's more like behind the scenes. So basically for you guys that are Ding, I need you creating. Creativity. Now this is the but. Make sure that you don't lose yourself in creating here that you forget to do. Okay? Don't forget to do. The difference between Bing and Ding is that Bing could do, talk, shine, and forgets the thinking part. It's just doing this, a lot of this, and forgets the thinking part before speaking. Ding could be a lot of thinking, and creating, and forgets to do. You understand, right? I have this project and I want to do so, but at the end of the day, didn't do anything. So come at the end of July, what did you do? No, I had a lot of plans, but you didn't do anything. Okay, so then make sure that you don't do that. Make sure you don't do that. Make sure that you have the plans and you actually go through and do it. Okay, that's the difference between them. Wu. Wu has Rob Well. This will be in English is RW. So if you want to put it RW, Rob Well. Wu means you might be feeling like comparing yourself to other people, even spending a lot of money on other people, a little bit insecure. What I want to know, I want to make sure is this, that if you feel yourself like comparing your life, what you have accomplished, don't do it comparing to other people. Do it comparing to you yesterday, to your version of yesterday, to your past version. Where was I last year? Where was I 10 years ago compared to where I am today? And where do I want to go next year? Do not compare yourself to other people. Do not try to impress other people. And do not spend time trying to impress other people. Become a better version of yourself based on your actions, your past actions. Now, it is great for socializing. It is great for meeting people. It is great for hanging out with people that you want to be like, right? Not comparing, but I want to, like, for instance, Martha mentioned that she wants to open up a business. So don't you think this is a great month? Assuming she's woo. I know she's not woo, but assuming she's woo, then it is a great month to surround yourself with what? Business-minded people. Not people that are going to be finding issues and problems in everything you do. So woo, make sure that you don't compare yourself to everybody else. Now, you might have some unexpected expenses and spending this month. Now you take control of that. How do I take control of that? Well, make sure that you spend money wisely. Invest. If you're going to spend money, okay, this money that I'm going to spend is on what? It's maybe on a course that I'm going to take that's going to teach me how to do this. Just don't throw money away. You might have the tendency to go out with your friends or to go out with coffee and start buying coffee for everybody because it's Rob Well. That's Rob Well does. So just make sure that one, you can afford it. And two, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for people to think that I'm this great, powerful person, or just because of the goodness of my heart? Just think of your actions, particularly when it has to do with money and impressing other people. Okay. Yin Earth has friend. That's friend element. F. Okay. So that's a friend element for Yin Earth. This is working together with other people, but make sure that you don't lose yourself in the process. Okay, it's kind of a little bit the opposite of woo. You collaborate, people, do not lose yourself in the process to the point that you don't even feel like talking. You don't feel like, not like talking. You don't communicate or express how you feel. You just go along with the flow. Well, I don't agree with this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because everybody else is doing it. Not necessarily. So work with people, manage people, collaborate with people, associate with people, but do not lose yourself in the process. This is the problem with Earth, particularly Yin Earth. How many of you are Yin Earth? Let me see from the people that wrote. I don't have any Yin Earth. Not Yin Earth. Oh, I don't think, is anybody here Yin Earth? Lizzie. Okay, Lizzie. Yin Earth. Yin Earth is a soil that we use for plants, right? For the plants. So its job is to nurture, to give, to grow. Sometimes Yin Earth has a tendency to lose itself in giving so much. When you look at a beautiful tree, a rose or a tree, or sunflower plant, or when you look at a mango tree, you say, oh my God, what a beautiful tree, what a beautiful plant, what a delicious fruit. But you usually never look at the soil that grew that plant. So Yin Earth has a tendency to get lost in the product, in the baby that it created. So what I'm telling you is make sure that you don't do that this month in particularly, okay? Yin Earth and Wu Earth too are very nurturing people, because Wu Earth is a mountain. It's very trustworthy, very dependable. You know the mountain is going to be there. You know the mountain is going to be there. And you know, no matter what happens, you're going to go, the mountain is going to be there. That's Wu Earth people. You know they're going to be there. Earth people will give their lives, will give everything to nurture. So please don't lose yourself in the process. Okay, do not lose yourself doing that. Lisa, you're writing to me personally, just so that you know, so nobody else can see what you're writing. I know that's, which is fine, but just so you know, nobody sees what you write. Gun, okay, here, metal. Okay, metal is the other way around. It's direct wealth. I mean, sorry, direct resource in English is direct resource. Okay, knowledge, learning, school, formal education, something that you want to like exclusive knowledge. To my GAN people, I need you learning, reviewing, anything you can put your hands on, please try to learn, try to review, try to understand. It is good for learning. It is also very good for health. This month, your health element is present. Your resource element is present. Your mom element is present. Now, I'm going to say this to both Gan and Sin. Even though your resource, which is your mom element is present, you guys don't like to be too babied. You don't like somebody telling you what to do. You don't like people overprotecting you because you don't want the metal to be covered. And I don't know if you guys can identify with that. You love your mom, you love the people that nurture you, but okay, you over here, me over here. That you don't like to be overprotective. And there's a lot of earth coming. So you might feel that too many people are trying to even help you. Remember, people are doing this for what they think is good for you. So just be aware, be nice, that people are trying to protect you, people are trying to give you resources, people are trying to give you, people are trying to be mom, but you're not very childlike that need mom next to you. There's some day masters that need, let me go a little bit into that because I know we have time. Let me give you a little bit of the day master so that you understand how it works, the mom element. You guys want me to tell you a little bit about that? How like the relationship with the day masters? And when I talk about mother, I'm not necessarily your mother, but it has to do with the element of protection. Okay, yeah, you guys want me to? All right. Okay, like for instance, a fire. Like if you have fire, there's two types of fires, Bing fire and Ding fire. Look at the difference. If you're Bing with a B, Bing day master, what makes the sun shine brighter? Nothing. Bing doesn't need mom. A Bing doesn't need their mother. Because nothing makes the sun shine brighter. So Bing is very independent. You don't need mom. Ding, what do I need to create a fire? Ding is man-made fire. Can I just create fire out of nothing? Or what do I need? I need wood. So Ding needs mom. Because you cannot create fire without wood. See the difference between Bing and Ding, two different ones. Earth, wool. What creates a mountain? Do I need something to create a mountain? Not necessarily. How about earth? Yes. I'm sorry, when I say earth, I mean yin earth. Usually, yes, Ding. Why? Because ashes. It says the way that we see it is that you need usually some type of fire to create ashes. So yin earth could have a harmonious and might want or need the resource of the fire. Yes. Metal, Gen and Sin. They're both born from earth, but they don't like it because do you have a beautiful diamond and you put earth on it? Do you want to cover a diamond? You don't want to cover a diamond. You don't cover a diamond. And diamond, Sin, which is a diamond, doesn't like to be covered. Yin earth doesn't like to be covered. Yin metal doesn't like to be covered. Gan, it's very strong, very powerful, but it doesn't need more earth on top of it because it's already a block of metal. So it doesn't need it. Water, rainwater, the ocean. What creates an ocean? What do I do to make the ocean more oceany? Nothing. It doesn't need anything. It just is. Our yin water The way we look at it, yin water needs metal, not needs metal, likes metal. Doesn't need it, because yin water could be the clouds, but it could also be the water that you use. That is because of the process of condensation of metal. Metal gets condensed and then water creates. So yin water can be a little bit more okay with a resource element. Now, wood. Does wood need water? Yes, wood needs water. A plant needs water to grow. A plant needs water to grow. And the way I have always explained this to you is my two children. I have my son is yin wood. He needs me. He needs mom always there. I always have to be constantly reassuring him. He needs the reassurance. He needs, I have to help him with a lot. He needs me there. My daughter is Ren. My daughter is an ocean. My daughter is young water. If I try to do what I do with my son with her, she'll hate me. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need that. She knows I'm there. And if she needs something, she comes to me and says, Mommy, I need this. My son, I have to constantly reassure him and be with him. And he likes it. It's the way that it works that way. Okay. I don't know if that helped you guys a little bit. Obviously, you have to look at the whole chart to have an idea of everything that's going on, but you have to think of the elements and be able to put them together to know how the resource element works. Okay. I hope that helped you guys. Where were we? We were with sin, right? No, good. Okay, right. Okay, so knowledge, okay, knowledge. We didn't know, yeah, thank you, Essie. Sin, that's what we are. Sin is indirect IR, indirect resource. So a bit distracted. I'm a bit distracted because it's very spiritual, it's very intuitive, very curious. So it's basically curiosity, intuitive, very intuitive, like trust that gut feeling that you have. It's a diamond shining bright in the summer, with a little bit of earth trying to cover you. So you might feel that people are criticizing you a bit, but that's okay. It's criticism, it's okay. But I will say the key for sin this month is a lot of intuition, a lot of spirituality, a lot of being very perceptive of how you feel with people. And why not study things that are not conventional, study things that are different, study things that you've always wanted to do. And like I said, yes, you might feel criticized or judged by other people, so just don't tell people what you're doing and that's it. But shine bright like the diamond that you are. Pretty much that's what it is. And you guys are going to be strong in the next 2 months, so it's okay. So right now, what you learn, what you do, you might be able to apply in the next month. That's basically my whole thing for both. But particularly saying is shine and try to focus, because you can be a little bit distracted this month, but try to focus. Okay. Ren. For Ren, we have direct officer that's coming to see you today, this month. Direct officer. Wow. Power, control. You need to set limits. You need to set boundaries. To yourself, what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do. This is how I'm going to do things this month. I know Ren doesn't like control. I know Ren doesn't like to be controlled, but it needs to be controlled. The water needs to be guided. If not, it's just a big puddle of mess. The thing is that this time is yin earth that's coming. Yin earth, we don't like too much, the Ren people. We don't like yin earth too much because it makes it very cloudy, very muddy. It's earth thrown into the water. So we don't like it. So you need to set boundaries and plans and organize yourself or how it is that you want to do something so that you don't get too confused in the process. Okay. So make sure that you set everything what you want to do. If not, you're going to feel like you're stuck in the mud. You're stuck in something dirty. You're stuck in something that you cannot get out of. Okay. So plan what you want to do. I'm going to do this month, and I'm going to start every day like this, and I'm going to contact this person, and I'm going to write that. Plan your month. That's it. And then stick to the plan, because during the month, you can be a little bit foggy and confused. That's what I mean for Ren. For Quay water, you have 7 killings, and will be okay. You have 7 killings. More aggressive, more wanting to get everything done, but just make sure that you're not just fighting to fight. Make sure that you're fighting a fight that's worth fighting for. Okay, so this month you might feel, wow, I want to do this and I want to take everything and I want to attack and I want to change everything in my life and I want to do, but make sure that you're doing the things that you have to do. Why? Because don't forget that your water still with earth is muddy, it's confusing. Okay, so don't fight just to fight. Make sure that whatever it is that you're fighting for, whatever it is that you're attacking, is something that is worth attacking for and something that you actually want. That you're not just fighting just to fight, but you will have the energy to do, but maybe a little bit fogginess in your head. That's why I wanted to give you guys all of this with enough time before the month changes, so you can plan what you want to do and you're not foggy in the middle and then you're just fighting with everybody for no reason. Okay, so make sure that what you're doing is something that you that is worth doing. That is worth doing. And we have here direct wealth, and here will be indirect wealth. Okay, so direct wealth means work. You will have money because of your effort. That's it. You're going to be working. I want you working. I want you putting effort in it, in everything that you do. But do not overexhaust yourself. Do not remember your health. Remember, yes, you want to work. Yes, you want a promotion. Yes, you want to be seen. You want to shine. You want to be known. But do not forget to rest when you need to rest. Do not forget to rest when you need to rest. Okay? Do the work, do the effort, and you will be compensating. This is money that comes related 100% to the effort that you put in it. But remember to rest. It's not all about money. Remember to rest. Indirect wealth has opportunities that come to you with minimum effort. This is the other way around. This is money that comes to you. It could be a commission. It could be an inheritance. It could be a lottery. It could be something that you find. So it comes with minimum effort, but it's not guaranteed. It could be $1 extra that you find. $1 extra is money, you know. It could be $1 extra that you find. So it's very unpredictable. It's not guaranteed. It's not 100% related to your efforts. It is what it is. It's not an opportunity that will last forever, but it's definitely present and it is there for you if you need it. So I always tell people, you know, why not explore anything you want to do? You can make a lot of money. Indirect wealth is how you make money, but it's also how you lose money. Why? Because it has to do with investing. You know, you can make an investment and become very successful and make a lot of money, or you can do an investment and lose it all. So it all depends on your chart. Obviously, basically, it's risk. It's very risky. So I always tell people, if you play the lottery, this is a month for you to do it if you want to, right? Because you have a double, it's very present, and it's very strong. So it's very good. Windfalls, yeah, exactly, Esty, very good. And remember, I will share with you these guys tomorrow. So here is the rest of the definitions in English. So you'll be able to read a little bit more about that. Now let's talk about Feng Shui. Feng Shui, super interesting. We have star 3 is coming to visit, and it gets together with star 4, which is in the center. So let's talk about that. Remember this, you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, this means nothing. This is like me giving you a thing of medicine and you say, well, I don't have a headache. If you don't have a headache, you don't have a stomachache, you don't have any pain, then you don't take any medicine, you don't need it. However, if you say, yes, I have a headache, so you take the headache medication. I have a stomachache, you take the stomachache medication. Basically, you go wherever it is that you need based on your goals. And remember, it means actions. It's not just sitting there and doing nothing. I'm going to go to these sectors based on what I need to do the actions based on that. Okay, so you need to have a plan. And it doesn't matter that it is your toilet. It doesn't matter that it is your garage. It doesn't matter that it is your room. You sit there and you do what you need to do, the actions that you need to do. Okay, it's like a Wi-Fi signal. I'm sorry, a Wi-Fi signal. Oh, before that, remember, every month I share with you guys the do not disturb sectors. This is basically no drilling, no hammering, no digging, not movement of earth, not too much noise. Definitely you can use it. I have no problem you being there and even working, okay? What I don't want you doing is digging, earth movement, because here we have, particularly in the west sector, because the west has star 5 and double 3 killings. It has the annual 3 killings and it has the monthly 3 killings. So definitely the west, no digging, no drilling, no hammering, no construction, none of that. Okay, you can use it. It's fine using it. Just not a lot of movement. Okay, and the southwest one, which is where the goat resides, which is the Duke of the month, the northeast one, which is the ox, which is the conflict. Here we have star 5 for the year, and here we have the Grand Duke of the year, which is the Mao, the rabbit, and clashing with this one, okay? So this is the whole year and the months too. I put them all together. So please do not play with this. Don't do it, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna do this the same way that we did last month. I'm gonna tell you my interpretation. Basically, I'm gonna tell you one, but it applies to all of them. When I talk about each sector, for instance, I'm gonna start with the Southeast. I'm gonna tell you the energies of the Southeast. So if you want them, you go there. If you don't, you avoid a lot of use. That's what it means. Also, everything I say about the Southeast, I'm talking to my Gua 4, if you're a Gua 4, and I'm talking to the snake. Particularly, these animals right here is mostly to your year of birth, because Feng Shui is what connects your BaZi chart to your property. And it's usually done with the most external part of your BaZi chart, which is the year of birth. So this is mostly the year of birth, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. So now let's start with the Southeast, the snake in the year, and the Gua 4. Okay, the Southeast, this is a configuration which is Sun fighting with Mother. This is Sun fighting with Mother, which means maybe like a woman authority and a lower ranking male fighting with each other, not in agreement with each other. It could represent a little bit of illnesses. It's not the best sector to use if you're really sick. Star 2 is weak in this sector. That's why the R is pointing down. Is weak in the Southeast, is weak because of this yearly star, but we are in the fire month. The fire produces earth. So yes, one takes when, one gives. So basically, if you're okay, I have no problem using the Southeast. The Southeast actually can give you a lot of money. It can help you accumulate wealth. It can help you save, but it can also accumulate illnesses. So if you are already sick and have issues with your health, maybe the Southeast is not the best sectors to use this month. I'll tell you later on what we can do, but it's not the best sectors to use. However, if you're perfectly fine, can you use the Southeast? I have no problem with using the Southeast if you're healthy. You're not gonna get sick just because you're using the Southeast, okay? It's just if you're already sick, please avoid it. And remember, the Gua 4s and the snakes, you guys are walking around with this energy, whether you're in the Southeast or not, because it is your palace, okay? So yes, take care of your health a little bit more this month. That's all it means. Take a little bit good care of your health, and also you have the ability to save. It has both, so it's good. You have the ability to save, okay? The South, we have the horse, and we have the Gua 9s. It is great for communications. It is great for being influential in what it is that you're saying. However, you have to be careful what it is that you're saying. You have to be careful what you're saying because, again, people are listening. So this is a great, great combination. The 9, 7, 8. It is a great combination for fame, popularity, being noticed. Beautiful, but also can bring issues if you are saying the wrong thing, if you're lying, if you're taking material that is not yours, if you're stealing content. You need to be very careful. Also, there is an influence hexagram here in the South, which means you can become very influential, very influential. But again, what are you saying? So this is great, great for selling, communication, speaking, for connecting with people. It is beautiful. Just make sure what you're saying is correct and is the right thing, and you're not taking anybody else's material, could become legal issues. So I love the South for that, okay? If you're new, when I put sunflowers simply means that these are the sectors that are generally speaking the best. But remember, if what you want to do is sell, communicating, fame, then the South is the one that you need to go to, okay? The Southwest, definitely one of my favorites this month, is very nice because it has a combination of 10. A combination of 10 is good for relationships. Excellent, excellent for relationships, collaborations, associations, pregnancies, communications, networking. It is great for profit. It is great for investments. It is great for you to ask for a promotion. It is great for you to ask for a raise if you want to. However, there is a hexagram here that's called not yet accomplished. Not yet accomplished means that something is not completed yet. So please do not be surprised if you ask for a raise, you ask for a promotion, and your boss says, you know what, not now, let me think about it, let's see. You will get it. You will get it. It's just you might get a no or not right now if you ask for it now, which is okay. It's okay. It's fine. Same thing with relationship association. Maybe I want to collaborate with Esty, and maybe I'm using the Southwest, or maybe, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say, this is for the Guatu. Oh, I'm so sorry. I keep leaving this in Spanish. This is men Wi-Fi. Okay. So if I want to collaborate with her, maybe I she goes, you know what, Paola, right now, I'm not sure if I can. Let me look around because I might not be able to do it. Let me look at it. She might not give me a yes. She might say no, or she might say maybe. So do not expect a yes right away. Pregnancy, maybe you start gaining the process of in vitro, IVF, and your doctor says, you know what, the possibility is not very high, but you will get it. You understand what I'm saying? So do not be discouraged if you don't get it right away. But it is a great possibility. All flying stars here are running cycling. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm sorry, Lizzie, cutting the grass in the Northwest. Cutting the grass is okay. Cutting the grass is okay. It's not the best. But since you're saying it's the Northwest has star 4. Star 4 is not as bad, so it's okay. It's okay. If you do the selection, it will be better, but it's okay. So the Southwest, I love the Southwest, okay? The West, which I'm talking to my roosters, I'm talking to my Gua 7 and the West sector of your property. Obviously, we have star 5. It's not the best. If you know me, I love star 5, but generally speaking, I'm going to say it's not okay because I don't know how it works in your property, but it makes you a little bit temperamental, fighting and arguing. It's star 6, so this is like a fighting with power, people with authority trying to fight for power. You have a king and a king in the making, trying to overtake something. So you might feel like a power struggle between two people. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Just make sure again that everything that you're struggling, that you're fighting for, is something that you want. Don't fight just to fight, because it's two people of authority fighting. So just see if this is really fighting for, and think before you start arguing. And don't become too aggressive. That's what I make sure. Just don't fight to fight. Again, if you're already sick, if you have health issues, maybe the West might not be the best place to be. If your room is already the West, do you need to move? No. If your room is already the West, you don't need to move. Just don't go to the West this month. Just don't move to the West, okay? The West room. And then I'll show you later what we can do with metal to minimize that. But this is also, if you're a risky person like me, this is a great, 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 powerful combination. Amazing combination. Because this is immense amount of wealth, but it comes with immense amount of risk. So that's for very risky people that do not mind risking it all to make money, but there's risk involved. But for now, we can just say it's not the best sector to use. The Northwest, we have star 4. Star 4 is a very neutral, happy-go-lucky star. It's very weak there. It's very weak this month, but it is present. Basically, it is good for learning, for studying. It is a combination of 10 with the Gua, so it's a good, it's a good combination. It's good also for association, for alliances, for studying together, for getting things done. It's a very pretty combination. So basically what I tell my Gua 6, my pigs, my dogs, and if you have the Northwest very active in your property, learn, study. That's what I will say this month, like focus on studying, focus on learning, use that energy, because this is also very powerful. 5 is a very powerful star. We say it's not favorable, but it's only not favorable if you have Sashi outside, something that activates it negatively. I'll give you guys a class one day on star 5, so that not all star 5s are bad, So basically star 4 right here in the Northwest, and this learn something, basically what it is. The North is beautiful. The North is beautiful. Happy events, wealth, opportunity, increased sales, hard work. If somebody owes you money, go to the North to collect the money. getting things done, do whatever it is that you need to do to get things done. People see you, people see the effort, people see the work that you're putting into everything. It's like you have recognition for your hard work. But in order for you to have recognition for your hard work, you need to do hard work. You need to work. So basically the North, it is beautiful. The North is very nice this month. It's very nice this month. I'm sorry, I didn't. Yes, I'm sorry. Sunil, the Southwest is for the goat and the monkey. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the monkey. Yes, you're correct. I'm sorry. Yes. The West is your main door. That's okay. The West is your main door. Jen, I'll show you later. We're going to put metal. It's okay. But remember, Jen, if you look at your main door, when you open your door and you look outside and you don't see sashi, any external form that is negative, and you look inside of your house and you don't have any external forms in the West, I'm not worried at all. Okay, I'm not worried at all, because the 5 will activate negatively if there is sashi activating it. If not, there's no worry. However, I tell you all of this because I don't know if you have sashi or not. So I have to assume you do, and I err on the side of caution, you know? So the North is beautiful this month. Beautiful, beautiful this month. So everybody can use it for opportunity, wealth, effort, collecting money. Is very pretty. It's very pretty. The Northeast, this is called fighting Sha. This is, first of all, if you are a tiger, ox, Gua 8, or women, again, I'm sorry, or women, Gua 5, be careful with getting cuts, literally cuts, knives and sharp objects. Be careful with that. Also be careful in rushing into making decisions or rushing into acting and doing something immediately too fast and then regretting it later. So I want you to think before you react. This is 2 metal clashing. When 2 metals are clashing, you tend to act fast, and that's why accidents happen. So think before you act, so you physically don't get cut, or you in your actions don't get harmed with what you do. This is why. This month, you guys have star 6, which generally speaking is a beautiful star because it makes you indispensable. It gives you execution. It gives you power. Is the boss. And along with star 7, yes, then you have people talking, communicating, and doing things too fast, and it's metal clashing. Next month, in the month of August, star 5 is going to come and visit you. What does that mean? You will pay the consequences next month. When I say next month, I mean now in August of what you do in July. So that's why you have to think very hard and be very careful on what you do with fighting, accidents, cuts, injuries, because consequences can come in August. Think before you act. However, it is a very powerful combination for communication, for speaking, for leadership, for doing, for execution, for discipline. Now think, everything I do, what are going to be the consequences of my actions? The East, the Gua 3 and the Rabbit, it has star 1, which is great for networking, connecting with people, and noble people, help, starting a new job, starting a new business. It could be a little bit confusing and muddy because, again, we have earth and water mixing. You can feel a little resistance or people trying to control you and tell you what to do, but that's okay. Just you need to know that people are trying to do what they think is best for you, and that's okay. But basically, it is great for networking, connecting with people. Like, for instance, Martha mentioned before that she wants to open up a new business. If she wants to open up a new business right now, is at what point are you at right now? You need to study the business. You need to learn about the business, then go here. What do you need? People to help you in the business, then go here. You see what I'm saying? What you need is the courage to actually do the business, to actually take the first step, then the center of the property. Courage to start. You see that? You see how depends on what it is. She needs to communicate and sell her business idea. Then she goes to the south. You understand, right? It's based on what you need. This month, what are my plans? What are my plans in the next 2 months? So let me go to the sectors and do the actions there. Okay. If anybody, Alejandro Roman, he's an architect. I have worked with him for many years. He doesn't work for me at all. Obviously, it's just I have worked with him. He's a great, great architect, and he does amazing plans. So if anybody needs plans, your floor plans of your property done by an architect, he's based out of Mexico, but he does it all over the world. He's highly recommended. So Alejandro, you can definitely put your information here in the chat. He's a beautiful person. He's one of my certification students. So I trust him 100%. And he knows Feng Shui, obviously, so he can help you with that. I know because somebody had asked me before if I knew somebody, and Alejandro is definitely a person that I highly recommend. He's a beautiful human being. So basically, are you guys clear on this, right? What do I need? Go get it. What do I need? So basically, if you need to contact people, you go over here to the east of your property, even if it's your toilet, and you make calls from there. If you need to study, you come and you study here. See what it is that you need, you go there. Now, let's talk about how we can minimize. Remember that in the Southeast, we talked about there could be a little bit of issues with health. That's okay. What do? We can put metal and metal objects that weigh 10 pounds, but it needs to be metal. I'll remember the parents. Oh, yes. Thank you, Danny. Yes. Thank you. That I'm not sure because I know I didn't do these videos in English from the beginning of the year, but maybe most of you, I think if you follow Joy Yap, put fire. Thank you, Danny. Put fire in the Southeast at the beginning of the year because of star 3. We put fire to minimize star 3. Did anybody put it? Which is good. You were supposed to put it. If you put it, I suggest we remove it in July. We remove it in July. Why? Because star 2 comes to the Southeast, and the fire that you have there plus the fire of the month can activate star 2 more. So let's remove it for the month of July. Then we'll talk about it again in August. Okay. Thank you, Danny, for reminding me that. Okay. So basically you're going to put metal, which is metal, anything that's heavy metal. You're going to do a July 7th between 3 and 7 p.m. or July 8th between 7 and 9 p.m. I understand if you cannot do it during these hours because you cannot, I understand, then you can do it during the day at any hour. It's just that this is perfection. The hour makes it perfect, okay? But if you can't, just the day is okay. Also, you're going to put metal in the west, same time, same dates as this one. So basically, metal in the Southeast is going to minimize the effect of the illness star. However, please understand, it's also going to minimize anything that has to do with accumulation of wealth too. It doesn't just remove one thing, it leaves another one. It reduces everything I told you about the Southeast. Same thing with the West. You put metal in the West and it's going to reduce everything I told you about the West. Okay, so you don't pick and choose. It's either you put it or you don't, but it's going to remove everything. So I can move the metal. Yes, the metal that you have put for June on these days, you move it and put it in here. The same day, you take it from there and put it here. Now, in the center of your property on July 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can start. It's not just during that time. It's just that that's the good time for you to start for the whole month to put fire in the center of the property. Now, you only put fire here if the center of your property has star 3. Star 3 is an energy that is very good for courage, for doing things, for actually doing, right? It's an aggressive energy, it's agility, stamina, but comes with some side effects of arguing, disputes, legal issue. If right now you're going through some legal issues in your life, or you expect to have some argument or legal issues, then I suggest you put fire in your property. You don't have to have it all the time. You don't have to do it every day because obviously safety first. You don't want to have a fire burning in the middle of your property. But if you expect, or in the middle of the month, you think, wow, this is really becoming out of hand, I'm already fighting with everybody, then that's okay. Just start putting the fire. It's okay. But also know that putting fire is going to decrease what I said before about the courage and the stamina and the agility to do things. It goes both ways. But this is only put metal if there is a she externally or internally, right? Yeah, you put metal because if obviously Esty knows she's more advanced, Sashi was going to activate negatively star 5 and 2, right? We already know that. Now, I tell people put metal because people usually do not know what Sashi is, external or internal, or Esty something that is the reason why I put it sometimes. You don't know what your neighbor is going to do. Maybe your neighbor in the west is going to activate his yard, which is your west, and activate a star 5. And if you have the metal, then that reduces the possible negative effect of that activation. You understand? So then that's why I tell people to put the metal, because it doesn't hurt. If you put it, good. If you don't put it and there is an activation, or the city or the county of your property comes and starts activating and moving things, then there you go. So then that's why I'm like, you know what, just put it, because you never know what could happen. And I have seen it happen. I seen it happen in my property a long time ago. I didn't put the metal because I didn't need it. I didn't have sashi. But my neighbors started building a pool that month and I didn't know. And it was where star 5 was. And I saw the effect of star 5 being activated because of that. Obviously, if you activate your yearly nobles, that help, obviously, that help. But that's why I usually say just do it if you can. Okay, Shuankun, purple white. If you know, this is a system different than flying stars, obviously, but it's very effective. I use it a lot. It's short term, but fast results. So I'm not going to explain the Shuankun system because it's very long to explain, but I just want you guys to be aware because I know a lot of you use it. Can we put it outside rather than inside? Yes, you can put the metal outside. That's fine. The help for health this month is the southeast, west, northwest, north, and east. For wealth, southeast, south, southwest, west, north, and northwest. But remember that the key is that it needs to combine with your gua at the end. Okay? Like for instance, this will be great if you were a gua 1 at the end, or this will be great if you're a gua 6 or a gua 7. Don't worry, if you know, this is a whole class that I took for 2 full days. So basically, this is what it is. This is good for wealth, better if you're a gua 1, or if you're a gua 6 or a gua 7. So remember that it needs to combine with your gua at the end. It's a whole different system, so don't worry if you don't understand that part. Okay, QiMen. Let's talk about QiMen. And then at the end, obviously, I'll take some questions if you guys want to. But since I have the thing for the renting of the property, I want to make sure that we get through that. So that's why I'm not doing that much interaction right now. Okay, if you have my QiMen calculator, it tells you right here the Destiny Palace, and it's the north. Then this example is this one. However, if you have, most of you probably have the Intuichi app right here, which is the free one that I mentioned to you guys before, which is great. It tells you this person's destiny is the southwest. So you look at this box when we speak. So I highly recommend this app. If you have JYs, if you have Joey, right here, Destiny Palace is right here. There's so many different apps. And if you have the other one that he has, is this one right here. At the end, you're going to end up with the same Destiny Palace. That's all I want you guys to know. So whichever one you use is fine. The key is that I need you to know what is your Destiny Palace. Okay. Okay, this is the chart for the month. This is the QiMen chart for the month. Basically, you hear when I speak about your Destiny Palace, I'm talking to you. You're walking with that energy, whether you want it or not, that's yours. However, if you hear that I say something, for instance, if your Destiny Palace is the northwest, and you hear what I say about the east, and you say, oh, that's exactly what I want, then you connect, you tap to that energy with your back to the east. During the whole month, you sit with your back to the east, and you connect with that energy, and you do the actions or the command or whatever it is that you want based on the energy that you want, okay? So now let's start. Oh, the sunflowers, again, simply means, in my opinion, the east and the southeast. I love these 2 directions. Remember, this is back to. I love these 2 directions, okay? Southeast, it has the power of visualization. It has the power of creating what you have in your mind. I recommend that if the southeast is your Destiny Palace, please make sure that you're not watching anything that's not nice on TV. Do not watch any news. Do not watch any war movies. Do not watch anything that you don't want in your life, because you have the ability to manifest and create what you are watching. So make sure that what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what you're imagining, what you're creating is what you want, okay? Also, you have Harm Door, which is very strong in the southeast, which is hunting, is going out there to get, is going out there to obtain anything you want. It has to do with selling, it has to do with communicating, it has to do with obtaining. So it's a beautiful combination for you to visualize what you want to obtain. What you want to obtain. If you find yourself thinking or visualizing things that are not very nice, please stop yourself and change your thought pattern. Okay, it's very, very important. Also, you can change things that you don't want in your life. You have a very strong ability to visualize the changes that you want and hunting, going out to get them and change. So this is a great, great direction for change. Okay, for change, which is why I posted as one of my favorites. The South Palace is very interesting because this is if you want to hide from the world. If you don't want anybody to bother you, if you want to retract and say, I'm going to take a step back to the South this month, because you have delusion door, you have Earth, which means not being seen. Okay. So if you want fame, if you want popularity, if you want people to see you, back to the South is not the place to do it. Remember when we were talking about Feng Shui, I told you the South was a great for fame. Remember, we talk about fame. Do not confuse sector with direction. You can physically go to the south sectors of your property to do the video. Just make sure you're not sitting with your back to the south. Because if you're sitting with your back to the south, means facing north, nobody's going to see you. No, you don't exist. So this is good for hiding. If you don't want if anybody wants a volunteer for something and you don't want to volunteer, make sure that you sit into the back and they don't see you. Back to the south, they don't see you. But this is also a great energy for studying, for learning, for schooling, for academic, which the whole theory is that you retract, you go, you hide from the world to learn. So it's a beautiful thing if this is what you're planning to do. So if you want to take a sabbatical and a month just for you to be you, spiritual, learn and grow, back to the south is beautiful. Or the south is is anybody here who's the south is your destiny palace? If your south is your wealth palace, Jen, then basically is, first of all, Earth is visiting, which is good for wealth, but also it has to do with investing maybe, or money that you're doing in schooling and learning. Maybe invest money, pay for schooling, pay for learning, pay for things like that. Or you can make money from schooling or teaching. Maybe you want to teach and charge for that. Okay. Then Noelia, if that's your destiny palace and maybe that's how you've been feeling, then maybe you're probably feeling this way. If that's not how you want to feel, then use any of the other directions, sitting with your back to that direction. Okay. The Southwest, it's good because the Southwest has to do with happiness, happy events. But what I want you to do, if the Southwest is your destiny palace, make sure that you communicate it, transmitting that happiness. Become a happy person, Southwest people. I'm Southwest people. There's this thing, fake it till you make it, right? Even if you don't feel so happy, be happy for others. If you don't have a life purpose, help somebody get their life purpose. So the message for all of us in the South is, let's be happy, be a hero for other people. Why other people? Because this right here, this DT has to do with transmitting your message. So fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it means even if you don't feel happy and great, be happy and great for others. And eventually your body will adjust to that and become happy itself. Now, be careful with the people that surround you, because they might not be the best people, but that's why exactly I'm telling you, happiness, positivity will either turn those people away from you or turn those people to become like you. So I think it's beautiful. In my opinion, I think it's a beautiful thing. Back to the Southwest, or if the Southwest is your destiny palace. The West, we have Tiger. Remember we talk about Tiger with 2 stars. So basically, so that's your guardian of destiny. So you have it very strong then too. Yeah. A tiger with 2 stars and death door means this is your time, West people. I'm talking to you. This is your time for you to have the courage that you need to end things in your life. How many West people, or not even West people, how many of you think that this is the month that this is it for X situation? Smoking, bad relationship, being taken advantage of, whatever it is. I'm done. I'm done. If you're done, back to the West is when you're going to wake up every morning and you're going to say, I am done with X, whatever it is. I'm done with this. And this is the month that I'm going to take the action to finalize it, to finish it. And that's it. And when you decide to take that step, sit with your back to the west or act back to the west, make the call back to the west, whatever it is. Just do it. Exactly, Maria. And if it is your destiny palace and you feel like you do it, that's why. So this is the month for you to do it. And again, if you have ox, remember, if you have ox, if you have dog destruction and clashes, and west is your destiny palace, life is like slapping the crap out of you, telling you this is it. It's either now or now. You know, do you think the north sector and back to the south is the best option to study this month? Yes. The north sector with back to the north, back to the south is great to study, to reclude yourself. And yes, it is great. That's how you combine it. Yes, absolutely. Northwest. North, there you go, Maria. See, Maria said that she wants a change in her life. She wants a change. The west is her destiny palace. She has 2 ox in her chart clashing. So that's when life tells you it's now or now. You see what I'm saying? And remember, this is not going to happen, Maria, for another, well, it's not, the gold is not going to come again into July. But you're not going to have the same QiMen chart next July. You understand? So this is now. The Northwest, so the Northwest people, I'm talking to you guys. First of all, you have noble help. You have people around you that will help you grow. Harmony, connection, connectivity, people that you can contact, people that you can connect. So this is the month for the Northwest people. This is the month connecting with people, socializing with people. You can wake up every morning back to the Northwest and, you know, I command that I'm going to have the people that will come into my life to make my life better. And I will help people have a better life. You always, whatever you ask, you give. It has to be that way. So people and communication, you know what, also, Jen, is yours. It also nice because it helps. You can also command the people that come into your life that help you face your fears. Face your fears. Yeah. Bring the people that will help me overcome X, whatever it is. You remember, commanding is beautiful because you use the words of exactly what you need. And you say like a mantra every day until it happens. The north, it's moon, so it has to do with knowledge. Let me tell you something beautiful about the moon, which I love. And I believe I said it the last month. But just in case, because I do so many videos that I forget what I say. Moon, I know people associate moon with knowledge and learning and academic, which is true, it is. But moon is more than that, okay? Academic and knowledge and studying, that's more like a system star and delusion, which is like the reading, understanding. Moon is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful guardians of guardians, because it's this, yes, it's spirituality, Charlotte, but at a higher level. You know that every problem that every human being in history has gone through and was resolved, was, let's say, uploaded to a cloud. Let's call it moon, right? Let's call it moon, that we have access to, right? So if right now Charlotte, you're going through a problem and you don't know the answer to that problem, because I don't know. I have never gone through this before, Paola. I don't know what the answer to this is. Charlotte has never gone through that problem, but there has been millions of people that have gone through the same problem and found a solution. Now that solution was uploaded to a cloud, to the moon. So what you do, Charlotte, is you wake up back to the north and you say, moon, you don't have to say moon, but I like to say moon. You say, moon, I'm going to this problem in my life that I don't seem to have the solution for. Please give me the knowledge that you have for me to know how to solve this. Basically, download this. Give me the information that I need. And moon goes, okay, so Charlotte is going to this problem that this person went through. So here you go. Here's the solution. But why do you say spirit to Charlotte? That's why I'm using you as an example, because for you to be able to see that solution, you need to be a spiritual person. Because remember, Moon is not going to call you on the phone and say, hey, Charlotte, remember that it's not going to call you. It's not going to send you a text. It's going to go through situations in life that you need to be aware of, that you need to be looking, that you need to see, that you need to identify. Oh, this is happening. This is happening because I asked for this. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I love Moon, because Moon gives me the solution to the problems that I don't know I have. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful deity. So if right now you're going through, I don't know how to get out of this. I don't know. I'm in this horrible financial situation. I'm in this horrible marriage. I'm in this horrible health. I'm in this horrible downward spiral, and I don't know how to get out of it. Moon, give me the wisdom and the knowledge to know how to get out of this. That's it. And now be aware. That's why your connection, your spirituality is very important. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful deity. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So now, why am I going on and on and on and on about Moon? Because in the north, we have Moon, which is what I just described, with 7 stars, which is the strongest it can be in death and emptiness. Death and emptiness makes a connection super strong with the deity. That's already with 7 stars. Why? Because death and emptiness, what it does, it brings everything else that you see here to a void. It's like it removes all of that and just leaves you with the deity. Tell me that's not beautiful. And leaves you just with the deity. That's why when you have death and emptiness, remember when we did the forecasting a few minutes ago? This was weak. Remember, you don't want to do, because the mundane acts of doing and actions and thinking are in death and emptiness. All of this is in death and emptiness. So you don't want to do, you don't remember when we talked about it at the beginning of the set, you don't want to do, you don't want to act, blah, blah, all of that. Remember? Yeah, we talked about all of that because of the death and emptiness. But now when we're looking at here at the Moon, now all of this in death and emptiness I like. Okay, so this is a beautiful place, a beautiful thing, okay, to have. I should have put a sunflower here. And look at the hexagram that we have, a heaven hexagram. Okay, it's beautiful. So all of us, even if the north is not your guardian of your destiny palace, can use back to the north. Okay, back to the north. The northeast, also very pretty, because we have snake. Snake with 6 stars, again, in death and emptiness, gives you a higher connection with snake. Why am I elaborating so much on snake and moon? Because, not because they're the best, not only because all deities are beautiful, but because these are the two with the highest connections, and these are the two in death and emptiness. Let me explain to you about snake, a little bit about snake, which is beautiful too. Snake, we know snake as the parking lot finder, right? We talk about snake. Everybody know about snake because if you want to find a parking lot, you come on, I'm going to find a parking lot, and you find a parking lot. But snake is more than that. Snake is the one that commands the environment. And when I say environment, I mean everything in the environment. It could be finding a parking spot. It could be finding the right people. It could be finding the right job. It can be, all of you that have snake as your deity can probably understand that you have the power to walk into a room and determine what's going to happen. Obviously, assuming that you have a high level of spirituality and priming and you use this a lot. Yes, resources. You can walk into a room and be able to say, and we have done this in some classes, you know what, this person is going to leave so that this person can stay, and then this person is going to move over here. You can control. It's like a chess. You can control everything. You have the power to control and manipulate everything. Snake is the deity that, or the guardian that controls Feng Shui, because it's the one in charge of the environment. High power. High power. Okay? High power. And when you have it with 6 stars, death and emptiness, direct connection. Rest door here is very weak. Also, it's in death and emptiness. So basically, when you put them together, you can say, well, it has the power to great for people, great for relationship, great for health, finding the right resources for health, finding the right people or connecting you with your family. If you're trying to find a lost family member or if you're trying to connect with a family member, then the Northeast is great for that. If you're trying to find financial resources, investments opportunity, things like that, it is good. But remember, death and emptiness makes this strong, but makes everything else here weak. Okay? I just want you to know that. That's the difference. I know it's a little bit more complicating if you're new to QiMen. Death and emptiness connects you directly with the deity, but brings everything else down to a void. Okay? But it's beautiful, again, with snake. East, we have our wonderful chief, obviously, which is the chief, protector, guardian. So if you can back to the east to command, protection, noble people, help, anything you need. If you don't know what deity to use, what command to use, chief is always a safe way to go. Back to the east for command anything you want. But in particularly this month, we can command financing, anything to do with money opportunities, money opportunities. Why? Because life is money amongst many things, right? Money, ambassador is money. Envoy means strong. Just like death and emptiness reduces, envoy makes us stronger. Life door is an earth door, which is in the east, which means it's weak, but since it's an envoy, kind of like evens it out a little bit. So it's okay. So basically the east is great for anything to do with money, high status people, meet high status people. Now, this combination right here, be careful with people that surround you. They could be like a little traps, people trying to set you, defraud you. So make sure that somebody's offering you business deals in the east. I'm talking to you east people. If somebody comes to you with a business opportunity, an investment opportunity, do your homework and make sure it's not a scam. Okay? Make sure it's not a scam. I'm not saying it's going to be a scam. Just make sure it's not. Talk to the attorneys, talk to your accountant, do your research, and make sure it's okay. But basically, we can all command back to the east, anything that has to do with money, protection, people. Very nice. Okay? All righty. And back to, no, we already did the east. Yeah, we did the east. Okay. So that's the QiMen part. Now let me give you the auspicious day. We'll go into the activations for selling or renting property, and then I'll take a few questions for you guys. Again, I apologize, it's in Spanish, but I'll tell you, I'll translate it in English. July 7th of July, it's a beautiful day, which will have a big tiger, it's a danger day. But remember, danger day just means that where other people see danger, you see opportunity. So it is a great day to make money because golden lock, this is golden lock, it is a great day to make money. So basically on the 7th of July, it is a great month for you to go out there and do not do any dangerous physical activity because it's still obviously a danger day, but it is great for debt collection, it is great for construction, it's great for dissolution of contracts, education, signing a contract, starting a new business, starting a new job, investments, marriage, and medical treatment. Medical treatment, but remember, check date selection with your chart just to make sure it has a good hexagram. The only animal that wouldn't greatly benefit would be the monkey because it clashes with you, but it is absolutely a great day. The southwest sector of your property, it has a great peach blossom star, which means to be seen. Also great for knowledge and learning and relationship. So please have the 7th of July. It's a great day. It's a beautiful, great day. Also is the 8th of July. The 8th of July is a success. Éxito means success. It's a success day. So please write it down on your calendar. Roosters have a clash. But remember, are we all okay with clash? Doesn't mean bad, right? Clash means something different, something that changes. But, I'm supposed to tell you that it's reduced for the rooster. But if you have rooster, hey, I can go out there. I'm not afraid to fail. If I fail, I get up again. So the 8th of July, it's a beautiful, beautiful day for success. It's a beautiful day for success. It's a favorable day. It has a precious light. And the rabbit combines with the goat. The rabbit combines with the goat. It is a beautiful day to do many, many activities. So please use this day, have it in your calendar as a good day. Also is the 13th of July. 13th of July is a remove day. So this is a great day if you want to start a diet, remove an addiction. Remember, most of you that said that you wanted to end something, that you wanted to use the West to end something. Look how nice. Remove day, end something. Remember, star 3 in the West. that we talked about, the West, that star 3 has to do with the courage to do, and that was star 5. Remember star 5 with star 3, and you put your back to the West, that you're finishing and you're ending it because you're ending it. It's like, it's gone. It's gone. But you need to have, the courage to go ahead and do it. So this is a great remove day, finish, ending, particularly for my Tiger people. If you have Tiger, this is it. This is it. This is the day. And it's a life governor, which is good too. Okay. The 16th of July, July 16th, this is a stable day, excellent day. Stable day means thing that you want long-term, something that you want to last a long time. So this day, make sure that you wake up happy, that you see positivity in everything, that you see solutions in everything, so that that energy can last a long time. Remember, we all have problems. All of us have problems. The key is, do we focus on the problem or do we focus on the solution? That's the one thing. And also, this is a 3 harmony, because we have here the 3 animals together, which are friends, which is very nice. It's a nice harmonious day. So it's a beautiful day. So please make sure that you put that in your calendar. August 1st is another success day with an excellent day. It's a super moon day, which tomorrow, I know I said in the video yesterday in Spanish that today was a super moon day. Tomorrow is a super moon day. I already have the videos that I recorded for you guys on Instagram, so you hear about that, and in the YouTube videos. So August 1st is a super moon day. Super moon day is good for spirituality. It's good for having a clear vision of what it is that you want. So take advantage of this day too. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And again, it has the book for the year combining with this one. It's very nice. Let me see what sectors I like that day. I like the Southwest sector for you to do stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to move this. I like the Southeast, and I like the South. Those are beautiful. Those 3 are very nice. So if you can physically work from those sectors, they're very nice. Very nice. And I believe the last one here is August 3rd. August 3rd, it is open day. So good for opening, doing something to open a new job, open your mind, open people's minds. So it's good for negotiation because people are open to your ideas. Okay, people are open to your ideas. So this is a nice place. This is a nice day to open. The Southwest is very pretty. Believe it or not, the West is very pretty, even though star 5 is very nice. I will say those 2, and start in South. South is very nice. I like those. Okay. So now let's talk about the activations for selling renting a property. I'm not sure I do this a lot in my Spanish channels. I've been doing this for years, and people have had a lot of success. This is a specific combination in Feng Shui. It's an advanced formula that is not always present. So that's why I don't always give it. It's not because I don't want to. It's because you have to wait for the formula to be here to be able to do it. And we're going to have it in August. Now, this is something that you need to do by the book. You need to do exactly how I tell you to do it, because it's a formula that you have to follow. Now, this applies to real estate. This is not necessarily if you want to sell like a car or clothing. This is more for real estate and for you to make money. So it's basically you selling a property or you renting a property. A lot of my students have had a lot of success with this, and a lot of my clients too. So I wanted to share that. And it's in the month of August, but I wanted to start now so you have plenty of time, but I will remind you again in August. No worries, okay? So what it is, what are you going to need? You're going to need a compass. I'm going to go through how to divide your plan very briefly, because I know most of you guys know, but I'm not sure who's going to watch a video later and do not know. So you're going to need a compass. You're going to need a floor plan of your property. Please make sure that it's done correctly. You're going to see why I needed to do correctly with exact degrees. So please hire an architect if you can to do it. If not, pues you can do it yourself, but try to make it as perfect as possible. You're going to need 2 tanks or buckets, but I'll show you it's huge because it's 40 gallons, which is about 151 liters or more. 2, you're going to need 2 of those. I'll show you, okay? And you need to have a positive attitude. That's always very nice. That's always a requirement. Yes, Estes, I'm going to split the video. When I'm recording it because This video later is going to be cut in two. So basically, you're going to see this video is going to be uploaded later on as a separate video. And then, but I'm doing the whole live as one, but it will be cut later on into videos. Yes, it will. So people don't have to watch the whole the beginning. They can just watch this. It will be split in half. Okay, so this is just, I'm going to tell you very briefly. This is a floor plan of a property. That's why please make sure that it's done correctly. The way that you divide a floor plan, more or less, to find the center, you put an X. Like if it was, you kind of box it a little bit, you know, you box it, and you put an X like this, and this will give you the center. Here, the center is approximate. Do not go crazy about the center exactly, but more or less, this is the center. And you're going to stand here facing the front. Ideally, in a perfect world, you do this outside, so there is no interference. But if you can do it outside, if not, you can do it inside. And you're going to stand here facing the front of your property with the compass in your hand. And let's assume that you stand here and it tells you that it's 90 degrees, 91 degrees, facing this way. So what do? Very simple. Then you box it, equal boxes. And then if 90 degrees is the east, so if this is the east, then this is the west, and then you put all the other directions, okay? That's pretty much how you do it. But I know most of you that are following know how to do it because you have probably watched Joey Yap or anybody else and you know how to do it. But I just wanted to give you a brief introduction. If you have my template or anybody else's template, please feel free to use it. I'd rather you use it. Why? Because when you stand here and it tells you that it faces 90 degrees, you just have to put the compass and everything else aligns, and that's it. It's very simple to use. Okay, it just aligns. Mine, obviously, you know me and colors. I love colors. I need to have colors. So, you know, I have everything here. It tells you where you direct and indirect spirit. Long story, but basically here are the directions, right? So you're going to end up with a floor plan like that. Now, do not change, do not modify, do not add. You need to do this exactly how I tell you to do. Please, for it to work, okay? Do not assume it is what I'm telling you. Now, you must do it in the property that you want to sell or rent. If not, you can do it in your property where you live. Because I understand maybe it is in another country, in another city, it's too far, or you physically cannot go. Or maybe right now it's people living there, you don't want to go disturb them to do this, then you can do it in your property. I have had a lot of people do it in their property and it still works, okay? So let's do it in the property you want to sell or rent, if not in your property. What are we going to do? First step, you're going to put water. I'm going to show you everything later on, okay? Don't worry. You're going to put water, the water tanks, with moving water. We're going to put a pump that you're going to go buy because it's very cheap. Go find a fish tank pump for the water to move in the north 1 or 3 and in the southeast 2. I repeat, in the north 1 or in the north 3. So 1 in the north and 1 in the southeast 2. I'll show you. Here are the degrees, just in case you don't have a template. The north 1 are those degrees right here. Remember, I'm going to share the PDF, so do not worry. The north 3s is those. So you're going to put water in one of those 2, not both, one of those 2. And you are going to put water in the southeast 2, which are those degrees. So you stand in the middle of the property and say, that's it, and there. Okay, what is water? This is water. It has to be one of those. Yes, it has to be the huge bucket water. Yes, you can put it outside. You can put it inside. I don't care. The main thing is do not cover it. Here's a lid, obviously, because I wanted to show you what it is, but please do not cover it. If you put a lid, it will not work. The whole point is for the water to accumulate. And if you know the energy to accumulate in there, but if you cover it, you know that in Feng Shui, covered water is not water. Okay, so please do not put a lid on it. And get the water pump so it can be moving, and also so you don't have to worry about mosquitoes and, you know, things like that. If you cannot put the pump for whatever reason, then please put something in the water like chlorine or something that prevents the water from getting dengue and mosquitoes like that. Okay, please, because we don't want any health issues. Okay. So that's the water. So at the end, what are you going to end up with? We're still not done. That was just the first step. You're going to end up with water in the southeast, remember, in the southeast 2, and water in the north, which was north 1 or north 3. Here is like this. If you have the template, if you have a template, you're going to put it right here in the southeast 2, or, right? Or here, or here. So it's and, right? Here and one of these 2. If you notice, if you follow me, you understand basically what I'm doing. I'm avoiding the branches. I'm avoiding the animal. I'm not putting it in the dragon. I'm not putting it in the snake, and I'm not putting it in the rat. Why? Because I don't know your chart, and I do not want to activate something in your chart that shouldn't be activated. So then that's why we stick to the stems, which is okay. All right. That's why we do it pretty much. Okay. That was step 1. Step 2 is the second step. Okay. We're supposed to put, let me explain you how the formula works. We're supposed to put moving like a ventilator or something like that in the West. However, you know that in the West, we have 3 killings for the year and for the month, and star 5. Oh, no, star 5. I'm sorry. That's in August. We have 3 killings for the year. So since we have 3 killings for the year, we cannot put a ventilator, a fan. We cannot put movement. So this is the way I adjusted the formula, and it has worked in the past. This is the way I adjusted the formula for us to be able to still take advantage of this activation that's happening in August. So basically, since we cannot put a fan or nothing huge movement, you are going to go to the West 1 or West 3, West 1 or West 3, and put your back to the directions that I'm going to tell you in a little bit, and command exactly what you want. I command that I'm going to sell this property within the next month, and I'm going to receive a 30% return. Whatever it is, command. I want a direct, clear command of what you want. Please do not put water. Please no drilling. Please no hammering. 3 killings is there. I'm just telling you to physically go to the West sector. All of this in that property that you're doing, either the property that you're selling or renting or your house, okay? All of this is happening on the same property. What is the West 1, West 2? Right here. West 1, West 2. We're avoiding the rooster. So it will look like this. You don't have to sit in that position. It's just the only cute things that I found, but you don't have to sit like that. You can stand, sit, whatever you want. It's okay. Okay. In the West, or if you have the template, you're going to do this one or this one in the West 1 or the West 2. At the end, it will look like this. Water here, meditation here. Or if you have a template, water here, or here, and this one. So at the end of the day, you're doing all 3. You're going to do this one, plus this one, plus this one. I know in my Spanish version, I said that I wasn't the southeast 3, the southeast 2 with the water, maybe not to put it, maybe to do meditation best, because star 2 is going to be here this month. And if you have a lot of health issues, maybe can carry over to the month of August. Do not worry about it for now. We'll talk about it in August. But for now, follow this: water, meditation. Okay? Water, meditation. Okay, let's keep going. If you cannot put water, okay, because I understand maybe you physically cannot put water, or like I said, it's being rented and you don't want to have a whole bucket of water there, or it's being sold, whatever it is, you don't want to put the water, or you cannot put the water. You can hammer a nail in that particular degrees that I told you, which is in the southeast and or in the north. Instead of water, you can hammer a nail and leave the nail there for 2 weeks. But not in the West. We're not hammering in the West. So instead of water, yes, you can hammer a nail and leave the nail there. You're going to leave the water or the nail for 2 weeks. You're going to do it in the days that I'm going to tell you now. You're going to leave it there 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you remove. The meditation or the commanding that you're going to do is at that moment that I'm going to tell you when you do everything. Now, here's the time. Here's the last part. Okay. Now is when we're going to put everything together. you choose, okay? On the 11th of August, between 9 and 11 a.m. I know the times might be a little difficult for some people that work. If you cannot do the time, it's okay. However, the times is what makes it perfect. At least do the date. Okay. So the 11th of August, between 9 and 11, you're going to put the water in the southeast, put the water in the north, and meditation in the west sector with your back to the east. But if you have goats, if you were born on the year of the goat, this might not work for you. So use another day. So you're going to do all three things on this day at this time with your back here. Or you can do the 29th of August, 1 to 3 p.m. Same thing we talked about, also back to the east, but do not do if you were born the year of the ox. I want to emphasize something. Please do not think that this is negative. Maybe you say, Pao, but I was not born the year of the ox when my husband is. Is it going to be negative for my husband? No. What it is the person that does the activation physically should not have been born in the year because there's no affinity with you, so maybe it won't work. So it will not be negative. It's just that it might not work. So choose another one. The last one is the 7th of September between 9 and 11 a.m. Do not use if you were born the year of the dog. Now here's back to the southeast. When you go to the west, physically that you sit in the west with your back to the southeast to make the command. And remember, this is your local time. When you look at your time, when you look at your watch, when your watch tells you the time, that's when you do it, okay? You don't have to adjust any time. It's your time in your country. It has to be those days. Please, it has to be those days because that's when the formula comes together. The hour makes it perfect and the back to those directions gives it that extra kick, okay? Last thing is this, if you work in real estate, if you're a realtor, try to use the southwest sector of your property a lot in August. Doing this, I'm not talking about July, I'm talking about August. So when you're trying to do all of this, because a lot of you guys are realtors and you want to sell properties. If you want to sell properties, maybe you cannot go do that in all the properties, but you can do it in your office or in your home and work and call and contact a lot of people from the southwest sector in August, okay? And thank you so much for your time. I hope this information was very useful. As you can see, I put a lot of effort and you guys understanding. So I can take some questions right now. I know maybe somebody from my new English speaking are not very familiar with the activation for selling property, but it's something that we do a lot, and they like it. So if anybody has any questions, if you need to go, please feel free, enjoy your Sunday or whatever time it is. But if you have any questions, I can take any questions. You can raise your hand if you want to come on camera. If you want to do it in English or you want to do it in Spanish, it's okay with me. Either way, it's fine. It will be recorded. It's being recorded. It's going to stay. If anybody has any questions. In Zoom, obviously, and in YouTube, we have both Zoom and YouTube here. I'll be happy to. Don't be shy. Claudia Artigas, don't be shy. Diana. Eduardo, que no tengas pena. Diana, ¿tú? A ver, okay. I think, oh, wait, I have to be able to allow you to unmute. Hold on. Here we go. Allow to unmute. Try now, Diana. No? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Ahora sí.
Okay. Hi, Paula. Thank you very much. The information was great. I was not able to be yesterday in the class. I had a previous compromise, but today I am here, like always, with you, with all your classes. Thank you very much. I just need clarification, Paula. I'm sorry I've asked this question before, but I want to be sure what I'm doing. Do we follow, okay, the year is rabbit, I know, and it does have the certain dioses, certain gods.
Diana, your internet is cutting a lot, and are you cutting? You're coming in and out, in and out, in and out.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, it's lagging. So I hear
Okay.
one word and I hear like a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe I'll just write it and.
Right. Yeah. Write it and I'll read
Maybe
it. Yeah. 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 Because you're cutting off and
Okay.
I don't want to
Okay.
misunderstand your question. So write it and then I'll read it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about it.
Perfect.
Yeah. But it was
Thank you.
lagging. Anybody else wanna? Any question? Let me read here in the, oh, Anais. I'm gonna get Anais. Let me get some questions here. Can you please repeat the degrees for Southeast 2? Yes, let me repeat the degrees for Southeast 2. Give me a second, and then I'll take. I think I know them, but I don't want to give you the wrong ones. Southeast 2, I'm sorry, is 127.6, 142.5. 127.6, 142.5. Okay, let me see. Hold on. And then, oh, I lost my Zoom. Where's my Zoom? Right here. And I just noticed, I remember my family. I'm sorry. Okay, Anais?
Okay, just a quick question. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. For the activations that you gave us for August, so the 7, the 11, and the 29, I just heard that you only give a sector, that it was the 11, I think. You say west, the others, it doesn't matter? Or it's all in the west?
All in the west.
Okay.
Yeah. All in the west. You're going in all 3 days, you're going to go west 1 or west 3 with your back to the direction that I posted for each day.
Okay. I just
it has to be southeast, north, and west. Those 3 things have to be activated at the same time.
Okay, got it. I wasn't really paying attention.
No, that's okay. How dare you? I mean, you only have a baby. I mean, how dare you?
I know, right? Thank you.
You're welcome, my love. Anybody else? Yadira Reynosa, this formula will work to buy properties and rent it out as an investment. Yes. You can also try it like that. It has worked for people. Yeah. Vicky, thank you, Master, very useful. Thank you, Vicky. Always nice to have you. David, when will be having a body surgery if I'm tired on my day? When will be a good day to have a body surgery? Well, you need to more than that. It will be more than knowing you're having a tiger on the day, David or David, because you need to know your entire chart. That's day selection, and then you're talking about surgery is very delicate. So not only do you need to know the tiger in the day, you need to know the day master in relationship to the day. You need to know your year of birth. You need to do it's very important. You need to know your day master and the resource that comes. It's not just that simple. I'm sorry, I cannot give you an answer because you need to do day selection based on your entire chart. I'm telling you, speaking for myself, I just had surgery. So I had to be very clear and find a date. And even that, I had a lot of issues because I did the day selection and I knew it wasn't the best time to do it. And I'm definitely suffering the consequences of it, but I knew it. So you have to be very specific, particular about surgery. Ay, gracias, Rocio. Thank you so much, my love. Claudia, I still don't speak English. It's my next, oh, you're so sweet. And you stay here the whole time. Tú vas a poder ahí, seguro que sí. Esti, so when am I going to help you with these English charts? Esti, I know, I have to. You have no idea. Every time I do the English, I'm like, oh, that's why I said I was going to change the charts. Oh my God, that's what I remember. You have no idea how my day is. It's like, it's crazy. Maria, ahora te cojo a ti. I do it. It works. Yes, Eldania, she knows it. She's rented property and bought property. Yeah, it works. María Ramírez, a ver. María, creo que puedes hablar ahora.
Un momento. Wait. Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
I hear you, pero no te veo. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I hear you.
I was asking if I can rent that a property, even though it's not under my name, it's my husband's name, but we are trying to do that. Can I do it?
It doesn't matter. Absolutely. I want you to know that thank you for the question. In Chinese metaphysics, we don't care who the owner is. I don't care who the owner is. It's usually the person that has the interest in doing it. Like for instance, I just want to talk about the positive attitude. Because for instance, look, let's assume that you want to rent the property, right? Or you want to buy the property and you're not home. And then you tell your son to do it. And your son is like, my mom always with her thing. I'm going to put this bucket over here. You know, teenagers, right? I'll do it like that.
Yes.
It's the same thing that if you put the
Mhm.
water. I'm like, okay, I'm putting this water and I'm visualizing how this property is going to be sold and I'm going to be getting all this money. And it's not the same thing. Now, can it work? It works. Of course it works. Even if your son does it, it works because what counts is the water and this and this. But I do think in my experience that if you put that extra chi of positivity, it helps. So it doesn't matter whose name the property is. No.
Okay, so I'm going to do the activation and I'm going to ask, how do you say those people who are in charge of doing the writing? I don't remember in English. Can I tell him or her to do to show the property and I do the activation?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yes, if you can tell him to show the property, if you can tell the realtors to show the property on that day, even better.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
claro. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
thank you.
something else that people can do, and you have worked with me in the past to list it in the MLS, to list it. I mean, I'm not sure in the listing, they can list it on that day too. Schedule an open house, like Anaí said, maybe schedule an open house. So they see, claro.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so
Of
much.
course,
Nice
of
to
course.
meet you
Of
in
course.
live stream. This is my
course.
first time here,
Oh,
but I see you every day in Spanish, but also in English. It's fine.
oh,
Thank
thank you. Thank you.
I'm from Mexico.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Gracias.
Bye
Mama.
bye.
Of course. Anybody else? I'm going to read Diana's question right now, and then I'll go to the next person. Please feel free to take advantage. She wrote in Spanish. I'm going to read in Spanish, and then I'll answer in English. Tú tienes que combinar los 10 dioses del año y del mes con los 10 dioses de tu carta natal para leer lo que tienes que hacer o que viene en camino. O combinas con los 10 dioses que están en el día leyendo la carta. Okay. She wants to know if when you read, she's talking about 10 gods, right? She says, okay, Paola, you just gave me the information of the 10 gods of the month, which is what we did at the beginning. Remember, we talked about the chart of the month, like if it was a person, because we are all interacting with this person that we're calling goat, right? Now, it is important, what she just said is, yes, Diana, you have to now see this earth goat bringing yin earth. What is yin earth to you, Diana? What is yin earth to you? You understand? And those 10 gods is what you have stronger for you. So all of us have that goat energy. Todos tenemos esa energía de cabra, right? But now specifically, that goat is very different to all of us when it has to do with actions. You understand? Like yin earth for me is my direct officer. For me, it's my direct officer. For you, it could be wealth. So everything we talked about applies for all of us. But me, Paola, I know specifically this month, I need to be more direct officer. Remember, we talked about having a plan, setting my limits, everything that I want. So that's more specific. That's why BaZi is so good, because you can target it and plan specifically for you, based on the 10 gods that are coming for you. Because it's impossible to say that Diana and Claudia Artigas are going to have exactly the same month. It's impossible. Now, we're going to be exposed to the same month. How we act and what we should do should be different based on what the 10 gods mean for us. Te lo expliqué bien, Diana, ¿entiendes, verdad? You get it? Because I know it could be very confusing. I know if you understand what she's saying, it's true. I was analyzing the 10 gods and everything based on the chart of the month. Remember, the month of the goat is a month, is a person, is a thing that was born. So we're analyzing that animal that's coming to see all of us. But now individually, we look at it differently to see what actions we can do. Anybody else? Lo voy a poner a todo aquí en vitrina. Anybody else? Questions? Carlota, Charlotte, any question? No, anybody has any questions they want to ask? Word. This doesn't happen in the Spanish one, I swear. If I did this in Spanish, Magali, imagínate que yo en esto español, we'll be here for 20 hours. See or no? Look at everybody laughing.
No, please.
Danny's like, no. Nobody. Claudia, ¿tú? ¿No? No. A ver, pueden avisar el micrófono si alguien tiene la manita. ¿Nadie? No puede ser.
I have a concern,
Of
or not
course.
me, for my daughter.
Yes, of course.
Okay. She combines with a goat in her month
Okay.
because she has a snake in the month.
Okay.
So that means her job, her career, and all that. And since she had this accident now, she's concerned what's going to happen with that.
Yeah. Okay. She has a snake in the month. You had told me she was Bing, right?
Yeah, Bing.
She has Bing and Bing. Let me. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. How everything. Oh, we said that before we went live, right? So they don't know. Yeah, no, because we were talking about. We were talking about before. She was talking about her daughter. She's a ballet dancer, very reputable ballet dancer in New York, and she had issues with her knee. She's gonna have to have knee surgery, which is big for a ballet dancer. So she was concerned about that. She told me that she was a Bing Day master. She has snake in the month, which is another Bing. That's her friend. They got Tenga. It's her friend, right? The month combines now with goat. And maybe you're saying, wow, but it really doesn't make any sense because it's supposed to be good, but now she's at home with surgery not working. How is that good? Okay, now we need to go a little bit deeper to see everything we talk about. Friends, which is her friend, it is a month for her, one, to see who her friends are. It is a month for her to see within herself because it's her day master. It's her day master. Time of reflection to reflect on her job, Magali. Reflect on her job. Is this something that I want to do long term? Is this something that I want to be so vulnerable to the point that my knee gets out, I'm out of a job? You know, maybe I want to start a family. Maybe I want to start a family, and maybe this is a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I don't see that many ballet dancers pregnant dancing. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny because she was, one of her concern really was or is that she wanted to start a family now. And then she said that, and then her chiropractor told her, well, now that you're going to be off work, you can start your family because you're not going to be working anyway. So you might as well take advantage of it.
You see what you guys are listening, right? You see how BaZi works. Something else, Magali, let's go a little bit further. See, this is where, and Magali, I haven't talked to you about sultaring forever, right? So this is not something.
No, you didn't know anything about this.
I didn't know anything about this. Okay. I'm just finding out about this right now. I mean, today. Starting a family, right? So she gets injured, very sad, obviously, but she gets injured in this month that's going to combine with her, right? This is earth, double earth. What is earth to fire? Children. Children. So here I go. Next month in July, there's a high probability of pregnancy. There's a high probability of her wanting to get pregnant. Babies, things that come out of me. So for instance, if she doesn't want to get pregnant right now, be careful, right? Be careful because she could get pregnant. But if she's wanting to do this, now she got hurt, assuming that it's not something, life-threatening, then this is a good month to get pregnant.
Yeah.
Do you see how life aligns you and life just hits you and then you think it's horrible? And then maybe life says, you know what? I'm going to give you this issue, this noble situation where you're going to be sitting down, not dancing for a while so you can focus on this part of your life. And maybe 5 years from now, she looks back and says, that's exactly what I need.
Or she can start a new project in her life. Like, she does photography also, or she could be a choreographer that, that something will come out different, but it's something new to her. And
not so dependent on her physical body.
Exactly.
Because the problem with your daughter and my daughter is that they depend on their physical body.
Yes.
So maybe this is a time for her to see, wow, I'm out of a job if I cannot dance. So then maybe it's a time to reflect. Yeah, Anais, I think Anais wanted to add something on that. Yes, and I think you can open your mic. Sí, tú quieres. But see, thank you for sharing that with that, Magali, because you see how everything works. Yes.
Yeah.
And you say it before, it's basically things happen for a reason. So we don't see what is coming, but it might be something bad usually happens when something good is coming.
Oh, definitely,
So,
definitely. Yeah.
she might be, I mean, I know that right now she's struggling is something that she would like, but also is the things that we don't see that is coming for us to learn something.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I know that we're not talking about that, thank God, specific, but RR or
RW.
yes. So I've been trying, and I know that you always say that, I think you mentioned it before, but I'm not 100% sure, but I've been doing with a couple of my customers. So instead of people, sometimes they don't want to invest, but they also don't want to lose the money. So I've been telling them to use and do some extra payments, for example, an extra car payment or a mortgage or something like that that will help them. So basically you are losing the money, but you're really not losing the money.
Right.
You're putting it like a down payment or things like that that will help you to fulfill that energy that the world is requesting or the universe is requesting as something that it will help you with the future. So I just want to.
That's great. Thank you. Because the rope wealth, remember that to invest in a career, invest in studying. She was saying that's a good point. Send an extra car payment, send an extra mortgage payment because you're out of the money because you cannot use it, but you actually invested in something. That's a great point. Yeah, thank you, Anais.
Thank
Anais
you,
is one of
Anais.
my masters that she practices a lot and she has a lot of clients. So thank you for that, Anais.
Thank you.
And thank you, Magali. You see how it works? You see what I was saying? Those are the situations in life. And when you see somebody's chart, you can start making sense of everything. This happens when she has her friend element, which means focus on myself. Then her baby's element is coming, and yeah, that's literally what her chiropractor told her. So see, nothing happens for nothing. Anybody else? Gracias, Magali. Anybody else or no? You're good? Eduardo, ¿te pagaron el dinero que te debían? Did they pay you the money they owe you or no? Not yet. We were trying to get Eduardo paid. Eduardo, oh my God. Nothing. Oh, wow. A ver, anybody else? Nobody? We're good? Bueno, then we're good to go. Okay, perfect. But remember, if you guys have any questions, you can always post them on Telegram. I'm going to share the presentation tomorrow, I think, yeah. Tomorrow I show the presentation in English and Spanish, so you guys can read it. And any questions you have, please feel free to put in there. So, well, guys, thank you so much, especially people the other side of the world. I know it's late over there, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.